And hello, everybody.
Oh.
Welcome.
Hello there.
To another
go on, John.
Stream of
might be an idea to turn your camera off, John. It's can't hear you, mate.
Yeah, the internet's not brilliant.
Yeah, it'll take a while for it to settle down. Just give it a 30 seconds; it'll fix itself. Yeah. Darren the Magician. G'day, Darren. What else we got there? Fake business. I'm just going next door to steal some things. Apparently, he went over to Thailand a few weeks ago and got caught stealing underpants. So he's going back now. He's going next door to get some more underpants. Yeah, he's going to get himself some fresh mangoes.
I would get bitten by a snake in here.
Yeah. Ah, very good.
I'm just doing my mango shopping.
Yeah, it's good. That's the way to do it.
Here's some beauties.
Ooh.
They're good ones.
Hey, do you get the green ones, the hard ones?
Oh, these ones are kind of ready, I think.
Very close to it by the looks of it. G'day, Dave the Dasher. How you going, mate? Thanks for dropping by.
Here now. Here now. Yeah. Okay.
Mango tree's got a lot, eh? That's probably a good one, actually. Got a bit of ripeness to go.
Get a green one. They're good. They chop them up and eat them. They're nice. See how sour they taste. Yeah.
I'm mango shopping, don't worry. Don't be alarmed.
Somtam. Green bloody mango.
Get them before the fruit bats get them.
Okay.
That's all right. Enough, 6 nice mangoes in there.
Oh, that's a nice flower.
Here's a good one too. It's a beauty.
G'day, Colin. How you going?
G'day, Col.
Here's one of them. Look at that, Johnny. There's one of those ant nests, the same as you have in Thailand. In there.
Yeah, the fire ant.
Yeah. They love mango trees,
Daniel.
don't they? Look at it.
Well, yeah, I got
it.
I was standing next to one in Thailand, Adrian. I got covered in ants when I was getting a tuk-tuk thing.
This is quite a good mango tree. This one, I like this mango tree.
Yeah.
But here's one. Look at the size of that fucking mango tree.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They do grow big.
Fucking huge.
Surprisingly, they make good timber too.
Really?
Take a couple of pips and plant it in your backyard, Adrian.
Why would you bother?
Apparently they cut this one off at the ground.
So I might bite and get nasty.
Apparently they cut this one off at the ground, Johnny, about like 10 years ago.
Yeah, and grew back up from suckers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Kane, g'day, mate. How you doing?
Okay. 8 mangoes, that'll do me, I think, for now. Come back. Yeah. Can always come back shopping later.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm returning to base.
Over. So how's life in Thailand there, Johnny? What are you up to?
Well, it's interesting because I just went to get some, and I'll turn the camera on for a second. Adrian's borrowing mangoes.
Yeah.
I bought dried mango. This is Thai dry mango.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And yes, I can bring that back to Australia. Only thing I have to do is declare it. Totally legal.
Yeah, okay.
But that's a very good sellable item in Australia.
Johnny, you don't have to declare it. Don't declare it because I'll go through your bag and find all your cigarettes.
Well, the thing is, I've got a knife again, Stephen. Don't forget, I'm addicted to knives.
Okay, all right, mate.
That's wood, a weapon, all the above. So I just declare the mango too, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I've only had one bad experience at immigration or customs, and that was by an arsehole that was on TV and trying to promote himself or whatever. But he got taken back into place very quickly.
I always do as when I go through customs, John. I always do as I'm told. I want to fly safely, and if they pull me up for any reason, I'll do whatever you want. Not so I don't want a cavity search, obviously, but I just do as I'm told. I want to check me for gunpowder and shit. They used to check them off for gunpowder coming over here to Wynyard. So I just, I'd rather than be that way, John, than you can go through, and then bang, fuck that. Yeah, but I don't argue with them at all, except for one little runt. I tell you about the time I went through the old airport in Cambodia. I was heading for Cambodia, and they Mal lost the combination to the fucking lock on the case. Oh, carry on. And he says, "You're gonna have to open it up." I said, "He's lost the bloody thing." What type of thing? He goes, "No, I want it open." So I just grabbed the fucking thing and ripped it open. All the spare things went everywhere, and didn't even look at it. He kept walking. Yeah, it's nice. So
sincere apologies, guys.
Yeah. Well, you were going to say something, John? What was it? That's a bad connection.
Sincere apologies. I was on the mobile phone and I hit the end button and I thought I'd ended the stream.
No, you didn't.
You never showed. There's just a button there that says.
Oh, you left.
Oh.
I left to YouTube running too, which was a bad mistake. Yeah, sorry about that. Apologies, guys.
I get better off just restarting your phone when that happens.
I'm freaking hopeless.
But I after the first trip that I did coming overseas, I always bought back stuff, and because the declare line was way shorter and way quicker than the non-declare line, so that's why I've always bought stuff back. I just second thing out when they've got everything on the computer and they go, "Oh, not this prick again," and yeah, just go, see ya. Don't even open the bag 9 times out of 10.
If you miss one of the tick boxes when you're going through, John, they send you straight into search. I think I missed one tick box. I don't know, you were YouTuber, was your work, and no, I'm just joking. But I left one of the ticks out. They sent me straight into, pull the bag apart. So if you don't tick the right boxes, you're in big trouble.
Well, the one thing about it, I do put my glasses on, and I always carry a pen to fill it in. But
you need a magnifying glass. Can you read that shit on a plane vibrating and this tiny little thing you got to fill in? Oh, fuck that.
I will be honest with you, Stephen. Yes, I can read it. Steve Anderson, I don't know about legendary fossils, but the whole part about it, you're the same age as us. So don't get too picky.
If ever the non-Australians on the chat arrive in Australia, you'll see a nightmare form, the custom declarations to enter Australia. Oh my God.
It is small and it is very precise. But that's why I tick weapon because a knife tick wood, tick fruit and vegetables and stuff like that. And they say, we're not worried about the mango because it's processed. Just look at your knife. And now they've got to the stage, because the knives are always works of art, and they pass it around and go, geez, that's good. Do you mind if we ask you, how much that cost you and where did you get it from? So not a problem, mate. The Arakan village or whatever, and it's equivalent to, a couple of $100. And they go, oh, gee, that's beautiful. See you later. Forget about everything else you got in your bag. They just want to look at a knife.
You got any famous Thai knife makers up your way, John?
Well, he's not quite famous, but he does a bloody brilliant job. He actually made the knife I got in the bag to bring home this time.
Oh, okay.
It's a plainer knife, but it's a working knife, and that's what I wanted. But the like I say, that was the reason last time I went to Ayutthaya. It was to go to the Arakan village to get a knife there because they'd been making knives for over 100 years and swords and spears and that for the royal family.
Steve, it's fucking funny. When I was in Thailand, I'm around at the it's kind of just over the road and down the road a bit, but where the missus's car care business was at the time, I'd spend quite a few hours there. I'd take her to work, and I'd take the car home, and I'd fuck around all day. Then I'd go and pick her up at 6 o'clock when she shut the business down. We'd go and have dinner or whatever, and then go home. But like, Johnny's going, oh, there's a famous knife maker around there somewhere. And all day at this car care, I can hear bang, bang, bang. I'm thinking, fuck, they're noisy arseholes around here. But they've all got little forges and like forge hammers going. I said to the guy, is there someone makes knives around here? He goes, oh, the whole village. And we went driving around we visited about 4 or 5 of these knife makers.
No, right.
They're all over the fucking village. They've all got little forges and fucking hammers going bang, bang, bang. There's like forging all the fucking knives and swords.
Give us your address if you could later, Adrian. I'll go and have a look.
Yeah.
I'll go and have a look at that.
Okay.
I want to get a chop. What do you call them? The big knife for the chopper. They call them, don't they?
Yeah, like
probably a nice
field knife. They're about like 18 inches long. They've got a bit of weight to them. You can cut rice and shit with them.
Oh, I don't really like.
Oh, this is
in Nepal. I bought a gherkin knife. I went to the village and got a gherkin knife. You have to put blood in it when you take it out of the holster. Okay, they take it out without. It's got to be put back with blood in it. So anyway, I took it home and I started chopping down fucking the neighbours' trees and shit and being an idiot. I gave it to me mate. Then I had a samurai sword. That was good for doing trees. Every time I got pissed, I pulled out this. Nah, get rid of shit like that. It's no good when you're drunk. Fuck that.
Well, nowadays, like you can bring a knife into Australia. I think it's about. Well, most of the ones I get is probably from end to end to be 18 inches. But they're only allowed to be sharpened on one side. You can't bring in a sword unless you're a collector.
That's correct.
And all that. G'day, Jeff. How you doing, mate? Welcome.
You can actually belong.
It's
if you had a spring blade, they might knock them back too, eh?
Flick knife?
Yeah, yeah.
I got a flick knife. I got it through. There's a cigarette lighter. You got a lighter like a cigarette, and you click it, and you put it in their nose and rip their nose off if they don't give you all the cash in their pocket. I've got it here, I think. Hang on, I'll get it for you in a minute. Oh, it's serious. I got it. There you go.
Oh, remember those little not taser things, but like electric shock things we got in Bangkok, Adrian.
Taser. Yeah.
Mistakenly taken about 2 dozen of them home.
They wouldn't like those at customs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to bring them in too, those zappers, John. We would have had them for the showgrounds. They were selling them, and they were coming from overseas. I don't know how they got them in.
Yeah.
We're walking around
my biggest,
one of them in your pocket.
My biggest problem.
That electrical noise.
Would you like to light your cigarette? Yeah, look,
near.
Cigarette lighter.
Ah, fire it up.
I actually bought that in Ukraine.
But,
your last resort knife. That one.
Hey?
That's your last resort knife.
Yeah, well, it's a cigarette lighter. Look, I don't know. No, it's out of shit. I haven't done it for years.
I'm always forgetting stuff because I always get. I get a night flight home, and it's kind of like I know I'm getting home on such and such a date, and the brain doesn't quite click in, and then you go, oh fuck, I got to get to the airport. There's a big mad rush, throw everything into the bag and off to the airport because it's a night flight, and and my landing time's the next day. But yeah, and today so I've been told. Tomorrow is officially the Thai winter.
Tonight.
Yeah, after 12 o'clock tonight, it's officially
they say
Thai winter.
It'll only be 34 degrees after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of 38.
Geez, it was bloody hot when I was over there, John. I'll never go that. It was during I think it was a Songkran. Yeah, Songkran. Jeez, it was hot. It's 40, 45. Too much. And you got to stay. You can't go anywhere really in that temperature. We got it was 45 for 1 week and shit like that, and then when I was going, it started to rain. And Jesus did the fucking bucket down. My God. That's it. Well, I spent most of the fucking time in the fucking room, fucking trying to fucking survive. Fuck that. I'll never go there in I can't remember what month it was, but it's terrible.
But yesterday there was, thank God, there was rain all around us because there was two kind of
lost him again. John, you're cutting out if you can hear me.
No, there was no.
He's gone. John, maybe restart your phone because you've got your icon. If you can hear me, restart your phone and just come on with your phone. It'll have a better signal than the laptop. But you're cutting out and so forth.
You're welcome to people in the chat, Stephen.
Yeah, Harry Kane in Northcote. G'day to you all. Steve Perrin, he's always a special person, isn't he? He's got that Steve Perrin guy.
Mr. Northcote, is that Jeff? Is that Jeff, by the way? Mr. Northcote. Or the Northcote?
Are you back again, John?
Oh, yeah, it's this time of the day. You've got kids coming home from school and all that, so they get on the internet. So it gets overloaded. Dave the Northcote. Dave the Dasher, good man. He dips his toe into the Philippine genre. I was actually talking to him on his stream. I think Saturday, which was a Filipino stream.
Okay.
I had a request from Jeff Northcote to he'd been shadow banned apparently. So I went through the ban list, couldn't see him, so he must be unbanned, but I gave him a spanner because so he won't get shadow banned again. If someone did.
Jeff's okay, Adrian.
Yeah.
He's good bloke.
But his Jeff Northcote account apparently was banned at the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
How did you go with the shopping yesterday, Jeff? It didn't cost you an arm and two legs, did it?
Oh, is that Jeff, is it? Okay. I understand.
Oh, dear.
I caught a plane back from
Jeff Northcote.
I caught a plane back from Bangkok with Jeff.
Really?
Yeah.
On the same plane.
I didn't really feel like talking to you. I said he walked. I wasn't quite sure it was him. I said he walked past, but he sat across the aisle from me all the trip. I probably didn't recognise me as well.
G'day, Andy. How you?
Yeah, Jeff's all right. Yeah, I got a bit of months to go and I'm off. Spending Christmas here, Adrian.
I've seen him once on YouTube.
Yeah, he's coming a bit on.
Went on a stream in his car. I think in his car he had a stream going.
Yeah. He used to come and talk back a lot.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Electrician or something like that. He's living in Thailand now. He's working in Australia at the moment. I think. Oh, Johnny knows the story better than I do. He talks to him a lot. I don't talk to Jeff that much. He's a good guy.
Oh man, YouTube's been suggesting all these vloggers in Thailand lately for me, and there's all these guys I've never heard of them before. They're all vlogging and videoing all around Thailand.
Yeah,
half of them live there for
all got 20,000 subscribers.
Yeah, but like half of them have got Thai missuses and live up country, and they've got hundreds of videos. I've never seen or heard of them before.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I know. I think a lot of us were tied up in this genre here. That was the problem. You didn't sort of look around, but there are some. I was one guy up near Lumpang, just back from it. He's an English guy, and he's got a really nice house. And he goes around and he looks at knockdown homes and homes for sale. And geez, he does a good video.
Yeah,
and I've been watching a lot of Gordon. I've been watching a bit of Gordon Tickle lately. Gordon always does a good video, but the rest of them, oh no, thank you.
Oh, that's Uncle Craig.
He lives just south of Lumpang in Tak, T-A-K.
Yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah. He's a good guy. Oh, I like him. I don't know if he's a good guy, but I really don't know him. But he's does some really good videos. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
I was pretty sure his channel is Uncle Craig something. I've watched him many times.
There's two of them, John. There's two near Lumpang. One's got a established house, which is beautiful, seriously, and the other one's got this sort of like on a couple of acres. And they're both good guys. They do good videos. Yeah, I've been looking at those. And, I don't know. Gordon Tickle, I suppose. Yeah, go on, John.
Yeah, one of the chaps. Yeah. One of the chaps. He's built a pretty flash house, but he travels. So he still goes back to the UK. Him and his wife go back to the UK, do their stuff, come back to Thailand for a bit. But yeah, they built a very nice home.
Yeah,
each to their own.
Yep.
Well, I have not seen Gordon Tickle for a long, long time, but the last time I saw him, I don't know if it was a prank or what, but he was carrying on like he was going to be putting his house up for sale.
I don't watch him that much, but he's one of the better vloggers out there.
He did.
You got Warren Gurdes in Bangkok. He's always entertaining.
Yeah. I never get recommendations of those guys that they're going live or nothing. It's like, YouTube's weird with recommendations.
With the way, what I've found, the way YouTube's kind of done stuff if you go through your list and you bring them up, unsubscribe, then resubscribe, then you'll start getting the notifications and that again.
Yeah, I did that.
It's one of those YouTube things.
Yeah. It's like they've got jacked up somewhere in the back of the list or something.
Interesting.
I'm going to have a serious cull in my subscriber list.
Yeah, well, like, but some people. Well, let's face it, I'm one of them. Some people just get pissed off with the whole deal of it and just, say stuff it for a while, and then you say, oh, well, I'll get back into it or whatever, I'll do a bit.
Like one of them I was just watching today, got recommended. Never seen this guy before. He's called Barbell Nomad. He's in Pattaya right now, but he does Philippines and Thailand. He's got a Philippine girlfriend, but she's in Thailand with him. And he's in Pattaya, and he's going up the street vlogging with his video. He's a big weightlifting type dude. And he's in the back of the BART bus going up like, I guess soy boer cow or something. And guess who comes by on a little trail bike? And he made a very special vlog. Was the thing of it? Sharky Ward's still alive, so that Tim Sharky. This is just yesterday. Was riding up soy boer cow on a little motocross bike. Yeah, you remember Sharky?
Shit, yeah.
Everyone was saying Sharky died. Sharky. No, you haven't seen him for so long. Well, there he was yesterday in soy boer cow on his motorbike.
I thought he
everybody's got to
back to Australia.
He's a New Zealander, but he lived in Surfers.
He did go back to the Gold Coast.
He was a good bloke.
He did.
Yeah, he was.
He did go back to the Gold Coast for quite a while and then kind of disappeared, I think. And now he's back in Pattaya.
One thing he does do, though, Adrian, he doesn't network. He doesn't talk to other vloggers, doesn't do nothing. He just keeps to himself.
He's a solitary guy. Yeah, he's a bit of a
Kevin tried to contact him once, and he didn't want to be in it. He wasn't nasty or anything. He just no, not for me. But
he'd rather meet soy dogs than humans, actually. I think. Yeah, and I don't blame him.
He's a big dude, isn't he?
I don't blame him. Yeah.
Okay.
They're in
the
past. He used to. That's the frigging cat here. Oh, that was
Mike Chef, you're not banned. You never were banned, okay? You know that, Mike Chef, okay? You're not banned from here, but you never were banned, okay? So you finished lifting your dress up and
last trip, Adrian, over here. There was too many cats, and I thought, well, I'll get rid of these cats. And got a bag. Sister-in-law got a bag on catching cats. Then I'm looking around going, hey, what's this fucking cat? I'm sure I got that one.
An old sugar bag. Catching bag.
Yeah, a hole in the bottom of the bag. I'm putting them in and the bastards are getting back out. They thought it was a game. Anyhow, we fixed that. I'm no good as a swimming instructor, I can tell you that.
Did you attach a plastic bag to that hole in the bag?
Oh dear.
But look, I don't really like doing it, but it seems like Mum doesn't mind cats, so. Every frigging cat that wanders in, she kind of feeds it. Then they start frigging breeding. Next thing you got bloody 30 of the bastards around here.
Guys love cats, don't they?
I like a bit of pussy, but I don't like cats.
You could always take them in a bag to the Thai temple and just let them loose in there.
Well, there's a creek on the way to the temple.
Get yourself a set of shoes on the way back.
Just take them 5 k's down the road and let them in and loose in a rice paddy or something.
Yeah.
go and gift them to somebody else. But no, like I say, I don't like what I do, but realistically, it's the better option, because the temples will every anything that's there, they will still feed it and all the rest of it, because that's a part of the life, the Buddha teachings. But you've got to be realistic about it. To say either cut the nuts out of the males and spade the females and be responsible owners, or you're overwhelmed.
Oh, I got a sneaky suspicion they were just sexing cats and dogs for free in Thailand. Like, you just had to take them to a vet and they do it for free, I think.
Yeah, they were.
So they fucking do it in every country.
They're definitely doing soy dog. Oh, not in Australia. You're going to pay about $200 to get your cat fixed.
And look at the devastation, the devastation of our wildlife from cats. Have you seen some of the ones they catch? They're bigger than the dogs.
Yeah, feral cats.
And this is a result of having to pay $200 or $300 to get them spaded. And look at that. They've devastated our wildlife. Go on, John.
Yeah, that's a problem with Australia. Our governments have always got their hand out, wanting money for something, instead of saying, let's be responsible here and do that and get the problem solved before it's a catastrophe.
Mike,
I don't know how big a problem it is in Thailand.
G'day, Mike. How you going?
Mike says he's on a dirt bike. Yeah, he's riding a dirt bike around in Pattaya now, Mike. Down Soy Buakau. The guy videoed him in the back of a BART bus. He's reluctant to talk. This guy's big. He's a weightlifter, and he's going, oh, there's Sharky. There's Tim Ward. There's Sharky. And Sharky was ignoring him and then gave him like one of them little devil fucking hand signs as he overtook the BART bus on his dirt bike.
Yeah, good one, Jeff. I used to listen to what the dog said. The dog always used to say, great, woof, great, mate. He'd say, what do you reckon? Get me a beer out of the fridge. Woof, go and get a beer.
Cats are funny though, Johnny. Like if there's weak cats, the mama cat will kill any of the weak kittens, like the ones that are too weak to survive. Yeah,
they'll just take them somewhere and just, outcast them.
Yep. If they're weak or they can't feed or there's something wrong with them, they know and they'll kill them.
Well, right through the, like cows will do the same thing. A cow will have a calf and smell the calf, and if it senses something not right, it'll just walk away from it.
I know.
Okay.
But yeah, the cockfight I went to was very interesting.
Okay.
So I'd never been to a totally government sanctioned and organised one.
Ooh.
And it was basically like prize fighting boxing. And some of these birds, they had their little cage things, and the birds had fans on them, and it was funny because the family group or whatever, they all had flashy printed up shirts. And it was like, for Christ's sake, it was like a pit crew, And the fight is actually it's timed, and during the confrontations, it's scored like a boxing match, but the main title fight the main bird, its asking price was $1 million baht, and an egg that it had fertilised was 40,000 baht.
Wow.
Just for one egg. So, it's a lot different to the old days when I used to kind of get into a bit of that at the Philippines.
Did they put the little blades, Johnny? Did they put the little blades on the back? No blades.
No, none of that in Thailand. And the spurs are actually trimmed off, and their feet are kind of bound a bit, so that they can only peck. But
and there'd still be a few feathers flying in that, eh?
Oh, there's the odd feather here and there, but they're all running around and carrying on. But one will get sick of being chased around, and it'll stand its ground, and then the place erupts, and they all going, yeah. It's like, oh, I'll give him a lift. Yeah, it's funny.
How big was the fighting ring for the cocks?
Probably around 12 foot round.
Like it would have been like a little kid's wading pool type size, eh?
Oh, well, 12 foot. That's an estimation, but quite a flat, I can tell you. And when as soon as the time limit come, the bell rang, that's it. And the owners, or you say the seconds, come into the ring and they pick up their birds and they got a cold towel and they're toweling them off and the whole deal of it. Oh, shit. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. My brother-in-law, the one that's been dying for several years, he's got tuberculosis and his liver's fucked and every other organ in his body's gone. He's always had fighting cocks. He's got like 3 or 4 of them in those round cages like a dome, out of like woven.
Yep.
Yeah, he keeps them in those cages, backyard, out in the village.
Well, like I say, this mob that we're doing the thing, it was organised by the Puyaban, the head government man of the area. But most of those roosters, they've got their own kind of room, and it's air conditioned, so no mosquitoes, no nothing, no outside contaminations. Because, like I say, if your bird's worth $1 million baht.
Oh yeah. Birds are funny,
Luke.
right?
Where you going, mate?
It doesn't take much for a bird to like mysteriously die overnight, right? Like it could get.
Well, Well, the other thing is security. If the bird's worth something, it's it's worth knocking off.
Yeah.
But that was a good day. Like I say,
forget the missus, the birds coming in.
Yeah. I suppose it's kind of like a bloke I knew that used to have a couple of greyhounds, and if one of the greyhounds won a race, it got to ride home in the front seat, and he'd go through McDonald's and get a hamburger, and his wife would sit in the back seat.
Good on it.
Okay. Just finished my dinner. What's the time where you are, Adrian?
6:41 p.m.
Oh, you're now behind. Oh, right.
Yeah.
You're on normal time,
18:41.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Stephen's on 7:42.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't tamper with our clocks up here.
Fucking, can you spread it down here?
Got enough.
Well,
enough sunlight. Well, see out. You can see outside. It's still kind of not dark yet.
Yeah. They do that down here, Adrian, to save on the electricity. You know, you get more daylight and stuff like that. So when you go home, you got on lights and shit. But
if you look out your window right now, is it dark? Like pitch dark?
No, it's pretty light actually. No, it's light.
You got the other funny thing in summer, like because of the like a twilight thing happens, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
what's that mean?
You get 2 or 3 hours of like this subdued light, like twilight.
Oh yeah, that happens. Yeah, now and then. That's reflection off the moon.
Well, I got it in Melbourne once. I was down there at that time of year, well, like probably the middle of summer. It was like 9:30 at night, and it was still kind of
it's a reflection.
Daylight.
It wasn't pitch dark,
off the moon.
You know?
Reflection off the moon.
Oh, I think it's
full moon, probably something like that.
Angle of the sun hasn't set properly or something.
I'll adjust that later.
Like if you're at the exact South Pole, like in Antarctica,
that's
like
not my chest, guys.
The sun's up 6 months of the year. Like it just goes around the horizon. Never really sets. In the North Pole, would do the same in the Northern Hemisphere. In their summer. And then winter, it never comes up.
we had probably a month before I come over. Some people say a blue moon or a super moon or whatever, but I'm not joking. The moon was that bright, and the sky was blue at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. You get that big full moon. Yeah, you can. It's almost like like now, you can actually see what you're doing outside.
We've got 22 watching now, Adrian. Might have to buy some viewers, I think. Do you know where to buy viewers? Where'd you buy them from?
We'll bump it up to 220.
Should be at least 300 watching now. That's what everybody else does.
Bump it up to
Listen, our new channel we got at the moment, we've got 1.5 million subscribers. We've only been going for 1 week, and when we do a live stream, our very first live stream, we got 380 people watching. Do you remember that, Johnny, who that was? First live stream ever, they got 380 people watching. That was hilarious. Yeah. Never mind. There's a lot of in Thailand with the vloggers. There's a lot of them. They buy their subscribers. They're buying their views. When they do a live stream and so forth. And when they do a video, they buy all their views, and it's just out of control. I wouldn't be surprised if Google owns it, where they're buying it from. A lot of money in it, I guess. We got him, Bush, yeah. We got him. Geez, your bikes are loud, mate.
Too many fake businessmen. St Kilda is not a place I would stay. I know Melbourne pretty well, and it's a pretty low life area. Put it that way. In the main drag,
Did you read Northcote? My friend came over to visit me in Tasmania, so I went out the front there, and it was it's a little wallaby, it's a small kangaroo out the front and hopping around, and she said, "Oh, that's beautiful." Don't know what it is with Thais, and then she wants to go to the supermarket and buy a kangaroo to eat. And she went to try to order it in a restaurant. Jesus Christ, they see something nice in the country, they want to eat it.
Actually, there was a story I saw on one of the news outlets in Chiang Mai. A young kangaroo or a wallaby bouncing down the street, and I thought, well, how the hell did they end up with a kangaroo in friggin' Thailand, you know? Unless it escaped from a zoo.
Yeah. I think the Chiang Mai Zoo did have a couple of kangaroos there at one time.
Yeah, that got run over and killed, didn't it?
I don't know if it got run over. They probably thought it was a big mouse. They got, well, the rats are getting bigger.
The most pathetic kangaroos, like they're like laying on the ground. It looked like they were dead, actually.
Oh, they probably got them from Victoria, Adrian. They've got to get them up Queensland where they're adapted to the hot weather, or even Darwin.
Up here. Oh, it's fearsome, this road up here, the Bruce Highway. You get down there in the morning, it's like a meatworks on the side of the road.
Yeah. So, yeah, they sell kangaroo. I don't know about your supermarkets up there, but they sell kangaroo in the supermarkets here. And every Thai wants to try kangaroo. What's the matter with petting it? Jesus. I'm going to bite things. No worries.
Kangaroo, just by dog food.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to tell people I was buying dog food.
Oh, what's wrong with dog food on your crackers?
I fucking did that by mistake once. I was a bit hungry and my mate had his fridge. I opened the fridge up. Oh, that looks nice. He said, would you want to stop eating the cat food?
I reckon at night here, you wouldn't drive down. You don't drive down the Bruce Highway at night. Like if you head off in a car here, I reckon within 1 hour in any direction, a kangaroo's going to total your car.
Yeah, you got to watch it.
Unroadworthy. He'll be off the road.
That's if you're doing that sort of shit, Adrian, just sit on 80 and you have to see kangaroos anywhere. Just slow the fuck down. Like the headlights for kangaroos are just fixing their makeup and they head straight for them.
Yeah, I guess that's why they got those 70 series Land Cruisers are so popular with the big bull bars and shit up here.
They're for Aborigines.
Yeah.
Call them bung bar. What do they used to call them, John? Bung. I think it was bung bar. Yeah, very nasty joke that one, but that's what they used to do. But I just light time up there, Adrian, because I was doing the shows and shit, and I just avoid driving at night, you know. But if you had to, just drive. So spot it, because I had a big trailer on the back and all that sort of shit, and you know, you're not going to stop real quick. And then if you see a kangaroo, just slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
And when they're bouncing along, when they're in front of you bouncing along, you know they're going to bounce in front of the frigging car.
But they're just going to jump straight out in front of you as quick as in a blink of an eye. They're in front of you. Bang. Boing, off they go.
When I used to drive, when I drove interstate, you know, it was just bong, the bull bar would take them out. Yeah. But, you know,
they are
sheep. You didn't.
Go on, John. Sorry.
Sheep you didn't worry about. Cows you did. Cows are a bit big to tackle, but as far as kangaroos, wombats, you don't want to go hitting a wombat really because they can do some damage. It's like hitting a brick wall. G'day, Chuck. How you doing?
Yeah.
My brother, when he drove up here from Brisbane, he had a company car and he didn't want to put like 3,000 Ks over the weekend on it. So he hired a car, like a Hyundai Elantra or something. So he's driving this Hyundai up from Brisbane. He only got as far as Rockhampton. The car got totaled. Like he hit a roo and it took out the whole front. Like he's driving at night, all the, you know, all the bumper, all the grill, the radiator. Like the car was totally out of action.
Oh, they're fucking nearly tall, some of those bastards, aren't they? And a lot of the freeways now, Adrian, up there, and they were doing it when I was up there, They're fencing them off so the kangaroos can't get onto the freeway. But I mean, there's got to be a gate or an opening somewhere. I suppose they know where it is. And
any civilized highway would be like that, but there's nothing like that up here.
Yeah. Not everywhere. I wouldn't imagine.
Drive at night. We used to on some of the B class roads. We used to put up was like a plastic hollow square section, and that with clips and crap like that that'd go in underneath the Amco rail, to stop wombats and all that shit coming out onto the road.
Yeah, Luce could have a wombat issue down there where Luce is. Wombats though are slow. Like, you're going to probably see that before you hit it. They're not going to just jump out in front of you.
Trouble is they're a dark colour. And of a night, they just go on that no matter what, and you can't really see them until you're right on top of the bloody things.
I'm going to hypothesise an adult wombat would total your car as well. Like, you're probably looking at 100, 150 kilos of, like, about the size of a pig, a full-grown pig.
Yeah.
Good day, Reggie, and good day, Mr. Chuck. How you going? Oh, there's little Lucy. I love Lucy. I love Lucy.
It doesn't take much to total a modern car, Johnny. Like, all the bits of plastic just fly off. You're left with nothing at the front end.
They're built for impact, Adrian. They're built to collapse, so you don't get killed in the cabin, which probably does work. That's why it was designed.
That's
when you doesn't take on the motor slides underneath the actual carriage. They're all designed like that, Adrian. Well, you know that, you're an engineer.
Yeah, it's all go down, not back.
Yeah.
But all the plastic and crap, it's just a
yeah. It's built like that. It works like a spring, John.
Yeah.
Not like the old HQ and that, the HK. Yeah, brute force.
Well, the big breakthrough in that crash crumple zone thing was when they started putting, like, on the bonnet, the hood of the car, the engine cover, the hood or the bonnet, whatever you want to call it. They put like collision hooks on them, so if you have a hit something head on, the bonnet becomes part of the structure of the car, like part of the crumple zone.
Yeah.
Which old, like HQ Holdens, that they never had that. The bonnet was
that's right,
just on hinges at the back, really.
The biggest problem they faced, Adrian, was the steering wheel collapsing. This was this killed a lot of drivers. It'd spear and go. Well, you'd lose your frigging head virtually. But they found ways around. I think it hits, it goes to the side or some fucking shit and stabs the passenger or something. Yeah. Then there was the injury to below from the clutch and the or your pedals. They can be quite dangerous in an accident. They had them collapsing and all sort of shit. But they're fairly safe. But I mean, you shouldn't be driving like a fucking idiot in the first place to have an accident. A lot of people think they're the fastest driver in the world and they drive around like an idiot. They have a crash, which these cars are not designed to put up with. They're not designed to save your life. You're going to hit something at 100 kilometres an hour. I mean, if you have an accident on a freeway, there's very little chance any of that stuff's going to help you. But sometimes it does. But the airbags are the best out there. The roof airbags, you've got airbags in your footwell, and they all go off. And you virtually you end up coming out like the Michelin Man.
That airbag's a lifesaver, eh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It woke me up one day.
G'day, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Swaddy Cup. Somebody make cup.
Jesus.
I see in America, like I watch some of those cop shows in America. If someone has
hey, Rick, we've got 130 people watching. 128.
No. If someone has an accident and the airbag goes off, they automatically take them to the hospital.
You see it, Johnny?
They're going like, "Oh, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me." Like, no, your airbag went off, mate. You've got to go and get a head check. Hospital.
Yeah, I remember when airbags first come out, they were a problem. You know, because they were, I think half of it was oversensitive. People driving down the road hit a pothole, and next thing they got an airbag in their face.
Oh, yeah. There wasn't too many airbag manufacturers, and they had a huge recall. Like half the freaking airbags on the road had to have some sort of a check done on them.
Yeah, that's right. And funny how it took them 10 years to work out that the airbags were faulty from the manufacturers.
Yeah, you remember that, Johnny? The airbag recall.
Yeah, because I had to take my Muzzo. I had to take my Muzzo in for them to replace the airbags in it.
Yeah. I thought, like 10 years back or something.
Yeah, well, the vehicle was virtually 9 years old, and I thought, well, geez, you bastards are on the ball.
Have a look at him. He's watching, Adrian. You see? 129 watching at the moment.
129.
Big numbers.
Yeah. Big numbers, mate. It was 130 before.
I can't see.
Yeah. I flashed it up. I'll give it. Anyway. Right. I love it in Thailand, Adrian, when they're selling the new cars. They, sorry? Okay. Yeah, anyway, the airbags, they don't put airbags in the cars. But if they made the Yaris in Thailand that they sold in Australia, they put millions of airbags. There was something like 14 airbags in it. In Thailand, they had one airbag. So they don't really need them in Thailand.
I don't know. You've got your dickhead element that, like this road out in front of me, is a 60-kilometre road. At least a dozen times a day, you'll get some fool that's doing about 160.
Yeah, I know, John.
Then again, every culture's got dickheads that don't give a shit about anybody else, only themselves.
You're going to get killed over there for driving, but in Australia, you get murdered for fucking not putting your indicator on.
One thing about driving over here,
it's fucking dangerous.
They're pretty forgiving. They're pretty forgiving, and I think it's all the, jai yen, sabai. In Australia, if you did some of the same things, somebody'd get out and shoot you.
Oh, you said over here. I thought he was talking about Australia. I said, what's he talking about? Yeah, you're in Thailand, right? Okay, yeah. No. Yeah, sabai over there.
Here in Thailand.
Yeah, it's better.
But then again, you get your minority. You get the same as at home. You get your minority, but generally, I think here is probably safer to drive, with the exception of intersections and shit like that, where you're getting a bit of congestion and you got to watch out for the motorbikes. Yeah. Because they all have tunnel vision. They just,
when you turn left in Thailand, the only thing you got to remember is look at your left-hand mirror, because the bike will turn with. That's in Bangkok. Oh, they do it in Lumpang too. So you turn left, they'll turn left with you. And I know it's hard to throw a car around on a left-hand turn. It is if you look at it. But then you got to worry about a fucking bike in the middle of you in the gutter. And that's the thing. And it's, another thing in Thailand is don't bip your horn. You're asking for a punch in the face. They'd find that so offensive if you bip your horn. So that's things you remember. Bip your horn and you want to fight.
Yeah, Philippines,
it's different
for
in
instance.
Australia, they live on the fucking horn. Sorry, go on, John.
No, not really. But the Philippines, if you're coming up to an intersection and you want to go straight through, you blow the horn and just fucking give it to it. In other words, get out of my way. But
unfortunately, those Thai highways, they don't have like proper, intersections where you just merge off and you merge on. They're always doing that U-turn thing in the centre. So you got someone in the left just moseying along minding their own business, and they've got to do a U-turn. So they've got to get into the fast lane, going slow, and then slow down extra slow to start getting ready for the U-turn spot. And then they do a U-turn straight into the oncoming high-speed lane. That's fucking mental, that U-turn.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Northcott, my wife took my car out today, and when she came back, she said, I've got some good news and bad news. I said, don't you dare give me any bad news. So she said, all right, your airbags work. Thank you. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. Do you know, I came home one time, Adrian, from going to the pub in Thailand, and I walked in and the car's all smashed at the front. So I walked in and she's just like a normal, good day, I'm just making dinner and stuff like that. And I said, what happened to the car? What's that? What do you mean? I thought I was going to give it. I didn't do that. You did it when you walked in.
Yeah. What car? What are you talking about?
Do you know, Adrian, I got it fully repaired once. It was in an accident. It was insurance. Fully repaired. I think it was about 2 or 3 days she had another accident in it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I was so proud when I got out. It was nice and shiny. You know, you're looking at yourself in the paint job and shit like that. And, oh, fucking Christ.
What was that time you just got all the front end aligned and then she hit some pothole that was about 4 foot deep?
Yeah.
Wheel off it.
Oh, I had an accident. I said, were you using your phone? You were using your phone, weren't you? Yes, I was using my phone. Don't use your phone when you drive. Then I showed, a lot of people don't realise this, Adrian. You've got a phone, put it in your sun visor and face the speaker out. The speaker and the microphone are on the bottom of the fucking thing. You can hear it quite perfectly. You don't need to look at it, you know. People don't know that. But that's you put it on hands-free, of course. But another one she did was, she was having an important business meeting when she was driving, was she fucking ran up the back of 5 motorbikes. Now when I do that thing. 5 of them she hit.
I remember that car, Stephen. After the motor got rebuilt and every panel on it got replaced, it would have been a very good buy because there was nothing very old on it.
Nah, wouldn't have rusted, was it? Another one they did when they wanted to go down the patio for some reason. They were doing business down there. So I could take the car. Yeah, no worries. Go if you like. And so now I get a phone call. It stopped. It's the steam coming out of the engine. I said, oh, well, anyway, they blew the engine up. So I get back. Didn't you see the lights flashing and shit? No, we were dancing to the music, and we thought that was the car was doing. Yeah, you got to be kidding. They don't believe. They don't even know what the fuck. You might as well turn the lights off on the dash. They won't fucking use them.
Yeah, Rick. A lot of people don't realise their function. Like in Australia, it's an optional extra to have indicators.
No, they don't use them, do they? Very much over there.
Or they drive down the road with the right hand indicator going. And you say, well, "What are you doing, dickhead? When are you turning?"
Yeah.
In the right hand lane, which is 120 km/h lane on the bloody highway, driving down there with the left hand indicator going.
Yeah.
That driving while you're texting on your phone, that is deadly. And
yes, it is. Yes,
I've done it a few times. It's taken me not really texting, but just looking at a call or something, like someone's just called and you missed it and you want to see who rang. Just take your eyes off the road and look at that phone for like 2 seconds, bang, and all of a sudden, you're already veering in the wrong direction on the road.
Yeah.
Fucking deadly.
Well, it's very interesting, Adrian. It's interesting. You turn your head, and unknowingly, your arms turn too. Next thing you're driving off into the scrub. But look. Like even though my vehicle is older, it's still hooked up to the radio. So if the phone rings, it just comes straight through the speakers and all the rest of it. But normally,
driving and communicating in Thailand is very important.
Johnny's point there is very good. Where you look is where you're going to end up.
That's how my wife's. Sorry, go on, Tom. I'm over the top here.
You look to the left on your phone, and you start veering to the left.
Yeah,
Johnny,
that's what happened to my ex-wife's brother. He bent down to pick up something. Not bent down. Went over to pick up something in his ute and shit, and he totaled the car, killed him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally true. That's, Johnny, you've ridden motorbikes. And when I was doing my motorbike riding course, that's what we were taught, was when you're riding a motorbike, you just look where you want to go. Like, on the corners, you look in the distance, like I forget the name of it, like a focal point in the distance, and that's where you'll end up.
Yep.
Look anywhere else, and that's where you're going to end up. Like, look to the side of the road, and you're probably going to be out on the side of the road.
Yeah, well, because your mind focuses, and your mind controls the rest of your body, and before you become aware, you're in amongst what you're looking at.
Yeah, and you're in the cabbage patch all of a sudden because you're looking at it.
Yeah. I love. That's in a way that's why I like travel by bus, because you're sitting back in comfort and all the rest of it, and you can really look around at what's going on around you. What people are doing and all the rest of it. I find that. I find it enjoyable, but if I was driving, I can't do that. So the trip is just a blur. I'm going from point A to point B, and go, well, that took me 4 hours. Well, the thing is, if you're on a bus, you've at least seen what's going on between the like. I didn't know there was a big solar farm down the road back towards Bangkok until I went on the train. And that's, and driving up the highway, you wouldn't know it's there, but a bloody big solar farm.
Yeah, they got some big solar farms. There's a big one in Lumpung, Steve. Have you seen it? It's just like a little bit north and west of the city there. Probably about 5 k's out off the highway. Huge solar farm.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen that one. No.
Yeah.
No, just when I was over there last night, it was just too hot to do anything. It was just ridiculously hot. So I had to watch it.
Like, I'm thinking probably 5 kilometres by 5 kilometres type area of just solar panels.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The dam there's awesome. The hydro, that's awesome. That.
Oh yeah, the old Lumpung Dam.
Yeah.
You can go on the dam and hire out like houseboats, or they have long boats, or take you like around the dam and go and have lunch somewhere on the dam banks, like on the water side.
I know that area very well. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Have you seen my old video from about 1980 something in the going out to the
I'll
dam?
have a look later. No, I didn't. No.
Yeah.
I'll have a look after. Yeah, I just want to go to that knife place, knife village you're talking about, and see what's cooking there.
Oh, yeah, that's down by the river in the city. Down the riverside, riverside streets there.
They make the knives, yeah?
No, the night markets, you say, or?
Oh, yeah, no, I've been to all those, yeah.
Yeah. No, where the knives are, you're driving on the way to Chiang Mai, probably about 15 Ks on that road out of Lumpur City, heading towards Chiang Mai. And you got to turn right off the highway, and there's like a large town called Hangchat,
yeah.
Yeah, and just turn off the highway about probably 1 or 2 Ks, chuck a left at where there's some little street it's probably about 5 kilometres long, the street. So a couple of Ks, chuck a left, and you're in this town called Cam Dang. Cam Dang's like the famous knife.
Too much. Can you send me a Google's link, Adrian?
I've got a video of it on the channel too. So
okay, all right, okay. Yeah.
Made a video for Johnny, actually, I think, on the knife makers of Cam Dang.
Okay.
Yeah, that was actually funny. That.
Did I put that video up?
Yeah. Pardon?
I made a video of it, I think.
Yeah, you did. Like when I went to Ayutthaya, the village, as all you could hear was power hammers working all over the joint.
Yeah.
But the main ones that were that had actually given there's pictures of Rama 9 with actual a knife that he made, or like a ceremonial sword thing, of which he's very proud of, and I don't blame him. A beautiful bloody production. Yeah, but while I was walking around that village there, it was every second joint had a power hammer. Once you hear a power hammer once, you never forget the sound.
So,
what do you call a group of lesbians waiting outside a nightclub? An LGBTQ.
Very good.
Apparently, we have a drama at home. Have a drama at home. Netflix has gone down because of an update. So I've got to send them the passwords again.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it was funny.
Do you use it over there, John?
No, I haven't at the moment, because up here, the internet's a little bit. It's not bad, but it's not brilliant, And really, I've kind of been busy doing nothing but catching up with family and at the farm a bit, and bits and pieces, and yeah.
Okay. I bought me little router, John. You got on special. It was $120. But let me turn on the camera. But, with this thing, what you do is you turn this on and you connect this to your hotel with your phone, of course.
Ooh.
But you've got tablets and your computer. Your computer just connects to this all the time. Now, like I was trying to say to you before, I don't have to sit there next to the computer. I can find out where it gets its best signal. I can put it over near the window or near the front door or something like that, or next to the wall where the router is on the other side, and you get a much better signal. This thing's very powerful, apparently. It was pretty cheap, but that'll fit in my suitcase. Well, the aerial goes down, so I just put that in the suitcase. I when I get to the hotel, I just one time, and every time you walk near the bloody thing, it'll connect your phone or your laptop. And plus, they can't break into it. They can't get into you. Some hotels will give you one. They still do it now. They'll give you one password for one phone, or maybe two if you're lucky. And if you want any more, you got to pay for them. With this, you can connect up to as fucking many as you like. So that was pretty good. And then I also bought a charger for everything I got. I paid about $70 for this when it was on special. But it's fucking brilliant. It'll charge a laptop. It'll charge 4 items at once. Oh, let me get it out. Oh, you fucking thing. Give it a second. Very tight plug, so she said. That's what I've been buying over the last couple of days. Yeah, so I'm sick of carrying all sorts of shit over there.
That's why you leave it over here.
Yeah, sometimes. Depends if they love you a long time, don't you, John? But anyway, I got this thing. This is a power bank, right? Now, this is 100 watt. Now, I can charge my laptop and my S phone, and plus my watch or whatever, tablets, whatever I want to charge. It's got 4 outlets and just one thing you have to take, right? And this plug will fit the Thai plugs. The Australian plugs fit. Where are we?
Okay.
So that'll fit into a Thai plug. They're making a universal plug now that fits American plugs and Australian and English plugs. They're sort of funny shape, but they're all selling them now in Thailand. You can just plug anything into them really virtually. But I got sick of it. Yeah, you go to a hotel room and the plug's on the other side of the room, and you can't get anywhere near it. So this thing's got a pretty long plug, so I'll just need to take that. I'm going to I'll probably, because some of the old rooms haven't got those modern plugs, so I might just get an adapter for it. We'll see what happens. But, it works fine. So that's all. I've cut it down to just got to take this shit. But this is actually USB 1.2, 3.2. Sorry, and it's a second generation, so it's got a lot of fucking power in it. And these cables, I had to buy all new cables. They're 3.2 cables. 3.2 second. That's twice as fast as USB 3. You know that? And then you got USB 4 is just got it.
Is it USB-C, the oval shaped one? Yeah.
Yes, USB-C, right?
Yeah.
And you got USB 3. That was the first generation. Then there's 3.1. Now there's 3.2, and now there's 3.2 second generation, and they're super fast. You get 250 watts for it. But the new one at the moment is USB 4, which is actually Thunderbolt. But if you just these little boxes you buy, what do you call them? Little junction box like these, where's the camera over there? You want to buy one of those? It's going to cost about $150 fucking dollars. I mean, that was $20 or something. See, it's 3.2. You can see it, I don't know. 3.2.
The one with Thunderbolt outlets is 120.
It's 3. Yeah, it's 3. That's 4. That's the Thunderbolt stuff.
And the cables are expensive too.
Yes, about a fucking $100 each. They're about $50 each. You got all that, but there's nothing you can really buy with Thunderbolt 4 in it at the moment. I mean, it'll be good for your phone, I guess, if you want to supercharge it. But I mean, and your laptop. But
I believe Thunderbolt might be Thunderbolt. It's Thunderbolt anyhow. Yep. It can power just through the Thunderbolt USB cable. 3 full HD
that's right.
UHD monitors, like 4K monitors. That's
Thunderbolt 3. Thunderbolt 2 was Thunderbolt 2 was very powerful, and Thunderbolt 3 is very powerful. That's the equivalent of USB 4. They've joined together. Europe decided that everybody has to have one charging format. Okay, which was used to have Thunderbolt was a different plug, and you know, you had Samsung and all them with a different plug again, and so they said you've all got to use one plug, and they decided on Thunderbolt. But Apple owns the Thunderbolt rights, I suppose. I don't know. And they're so the new USB 4 is as fast as Thunderbolt 3. But if you want the ultimate speed, you get Thunderbolt 4, I think it is, and that's just dynamite. It's just so powerful. But what are you going to charge with the fucking thing? I mean, Jesus Christ, I'll charge your fucking laptop in 10 minutes, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can use it as a video cable for your all your
you can do that with monitors. Yeah, I'll do that, John. Adrian, sorry, I got 3. I'll do it on 3. You know, I've got one plugged in now on this screen here. It works fine.
Like it's way better than even like HDMI cables.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Plus, when you plug them in, if you've got USB at the bottom of the screen, which a lot of them do now, you can plug in there and you can charge your phone through there. You know, on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, they got a high power for fast charging.
Yeah. But I use 3 for me Surface laptop. I got a 32-inch Samsung monitor. I plug it in with USB. It goes fine. USB 3, I think it is. Yeah. But I bought a car. Just bought a car with 3.2 second generation, so I'll plug it in the computer. See how that goes. I don't think whatever. Anyway, enough of that. But I got sick of carting shit over the time, and I mean I got those little power boards here from Thailand. I take all the time and stuff. Just have one thing to charge everything.
I've got me power board from Australia with a Thai plug on it, but in the house I've got I've got 4 Australian buddy outlets. So I don't, I can just plug into my stuff from Australia. I just plug straight into the Australian outlet or whatever, But then again, that's because I've been coming here for frigging years, and so I don't bring a lot of stuff with me really. You haven't found a home base yet, Stephen. When you get a home base, you'll be right. You can leave all your shit there.
Yeah, that's right, John. That's exactly right.
Well, years ago, I had to take a toaster with me, Johnny. You couldn't buy a toaster in Thailand.
No.
If you see, you're right. Like you go to a hotel and they'd have bread there, but no toaster.
Yeah, if it's a big hotel, I have that thing with the conveyor belt going through it, like the you're not going to have that at home.
Yeah, well, you had to send it through 2.5 times to get the bloody toast done properly, because it'd dry it out first, and then it'd singe it, then it'd start to cook it, then the third time you'd have to dig it out before the smoke started.
Yeah.
It comes out like a bit of that.
When I first went to Thailand,
it comes out like a piece of crisp bread, right?
When I first went to Thailand, guys, you couldn't get a cup of coffee. No coffee. There was no pizza parlors, and it was just all Thai food. Now it's coffee city. Coffee shops everywhere. Yeah, but I mean, up in Lampang it was because they got their natural coffee. What do they call it up there? I don't know what they call it. Coffee.
Is that the elephant shit coffee?
No, that's Indonesia. What's that called? That's monkey shit.
No. Up around Chiang Mai or Lampang, around through there. There's one kind of mob that feed the coffee beans to the elephant, and they shit them out, and they go through the shit and get the beans out, and I reckon that'd be a shit of a job doing that.
Yeah. You wouldn't go licking your fingers, would you?
Crap.
Yeah.
I like that dirty old coffee. They have it like it's like in an old sock or something. They call it ancient coffee, but it's pretty thick and strong.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's okay. But you got to add sugar to it.
If you get
they get a pound of fucking sugar, put a bit of coffee in it, and fucking serve it up.
You get the
fucking sweet that shit, Adrian.
Flashy bloke, Adrian. Remember that? Pours it out.
Yeah, they just give it a squeeze, a bit of a squeeze.
Yeah. That's okay. I don't mind it.
But when they put the coffee in the sock, do that.
Steve, in Lumpung, have you been into the Asia Hotel? It's like probably one of the bigger hotels in the middle of town.
Then they'd make it like milk, and then they mix the milk in.
Okay.
Oh, with the condensed milk. Like a tin of carnation milk.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it fucking sweet, I think, John. I didn't really have much of it.
Sweet. It's a sweeter condensed milk. Carnation milk.
The Asia Hotel, I didn't know. I've never been there.
Yeah, you have?
No.
Oh.
Good, is it?
At one time, that was like, one of the only hotels. Like, it was the biggest hotel in Lumpung back in the day. We just lived at the village house thing, and
they don't really. Lumpung doesn't really cater for tourists. It's all local stuff. I mean,
just want to have some breakfast, like some bacon and eggs or something. Let's go into town. So we go to the biggest place in town, the Asia Hotel.
Yeah. Okay.
Going there, and they ordered some bacon and the eggs. I thought I just want some boiled eggs, in an egg cup. I told the missus, and he brought out these he'd hard boiled them.
Yeah.
Like, that you can dip a bit of toast into, like a soft boiled egg.
Yeah.
And they're in fucking coffee cups, the eggs, in a cup. So fucking hard boiled fucking egg in a coffee cup. I said, look. I tried to tell her, just boil the fucking thing for 3 minutes and it'll be ready, He still didn't get it. I went in the kitchen and cooked it myself.
Well, Thailand over the years, Adrian, has changed so much, I'm coming from having no coffee shops to fucking saturated with them. And, you'd be hard up to get a piece of bread. That wasn't really popular. And, all they were interested in it was Coca-Cola and beer.
Like you said, Steve, there wasn't a coffee shop to be seen.
No. My friend said to me years ago, when I was had money and shit, he said, "Let's open some coffee shops in Phuket." Oh, not Phuket. I mean, I was read the other way, and I said, "No, they don't like coffee. Fucking look at it now. I wish I'd bought the coffee shop."
Yeah, that would never work.
Oh.
They're not going to pay for coffee. They like 3-in-1 coffee.
Yeah,
3-in-1.
You're right, Adrian. Yeah, you go to 7-Eleven or the supermarkets, there's aisles full of it.
Yeah. But John, you can go to Macro, you can buy a packet of fucking coffee, a packet of the fucking the sweetener. What else? That's it. They're much cheaper. They're like, no, they have to have the little fucking satchels. For fuck's sake.
I remember when I first started coming over, I used to bring my own coffee.
Yeah.
And those little mini electric pots that kind of double up as a food heater and a friggin' rice cooker and all that. I used to use one of that for me, like me kettle.
Yeah. John, that's one thing we haven't solved yet. Is a lot of the hotel rooms now you're not getting coffee. Okay, that's their new thing at the moment. So I want to go. They've got a collapsible kettle for sale. It's made of silicone, apparently. That'll be interesting. And it folds up. I don't know.
Well, silicon's come a long way. They make boobs out of it.
Apparently so. Yeah.
But apparently, if you don't keep them warm, they kind of set up a little bit.
That would be an interesting statistic, wouldn't it? How many fucking breast enhancement operations have they done in Thailand?
Oh, jeez.
I tell you what, Adrian, you only have to, go onto YouTube and look at medical procedures and stuff like that. There's fucking thousands of videos.
Yeah.
It would have to be well in the millions, right? It would have to be something like 10, because they do foreigners as well. It's not just
every second fucking ties that it done, Adrian.
I remember. Oh, well, this is many years ago. There was
land of smiles, the land of many tits.
There was a thing in a supermarket, in a mall. I'm not quite sure exactly where we were, but we're in this mall, and there was a stall thing. And they were advertising. As a set of boobs was 5,000 per boob. You could get a kind of a bit of an enhancement on the Jolly Roger type of thing. That was 5,000. It was, and that was the Bangkok Hospital doing it.
Hang on, John. 5,000 what US dollars?
No, Thai baht.
Jesus. Oh, yeah.
That was back. Oh yeah, but mind you, that was back. Bloody near 15 years ago.
Yep.
But that was in they were doing the shit in malls. Yeah.
What's a good tit job worth these days? Probably nearly $5,000, I guess.
Oh look, I don't know. I'm not. I've got no aspirations to get a set of boobs.
any takers in the chat that have heard of any girls recently getting a breast enhancement? How much would it cost today?
About 40, 50, 60 grand or something like that, I think it is.
A couple of double Ds or Ds, something like that.
Oh, well, I think if you went, with on the larger size, due to most of it proportional, they'd look very out of place. But and the other thing is, but then again, I'm only a short little bloke, so I could stand underneath them if it was raining.
Little John.
I think naturally, I think the Filipino girls can often have larger breasts than the Thais. Naturally.
Oh, I think I'd debate that, mate. I really would.
Okay, yeah.
But but then again, a lot of the times the boobs and the body are in proportion. If you take
I'm just going to say, when you look at the bar girls that you see on vlogs and things around, say, Pattaya, I'm going to say probably a third of the girls have got breast enhancement. Right? I reckon.
I'd say more than that.
Probably more, John. Could be 50%.
Listen, guys, stop calling them breasts. Call them what they are. It's no need to say that sort of rude shit. No, fun bags. Just call them fun bags.
No,
you got airbags in the car. You got fun bags on a woman. Fun bags.
No,
fun bags. Put one in the chat if you think fun bags, or what was the other one? Or two if you want knockers. I go for fun bags because they are fun. They can be fun.
Well, if you've got a woman with big boobs, you don't need airbags in your car.
Well, that's actually, if you think about it, that's quite true. Well, you can strap it to the bumper bar.
Yeah, she could be like one of the little Michelin men out the front. Yahoo!
Yeah, she'll end up like one if she fucking have an accident.
Harry Kane thinks I'm being conservative. I probably am. It'd be probably more like 50%, really.
Sweet puppies. Oh, that's a good one, Harry.
My son-in-law, just like last month, he went to Bangkok for a week, and he went there just for one thing, to get hair transplants, because he's got a bit of a bald spot on top. He's in his 30s, and he's in a construction company, so he goes to kind of like board meetings and planning meetings. And he's very vain and self-conscious, and he just didn't feel right with his bald patch on his head at the front. So he went and got these hair transplants in Bangkok for a week. He said it was all worth it, totally worth it.
I wonder how much it cost to get that. Not that I need it, but
I could ask him how much it was. It was it must be way cheaper than what it is in Australia because he went there to pay for the whole trip. Yeah,
you call them white pointers if you like. Us normal Australians down in Australia, we call them fun bags. Craig's got his own language up there in Queensland, don't you, Craig?
Well, they have a dick enhancement as well, you say, where you can get...
There you go. Hey, we send Craig up there and get a big one put on his shoulder. Change the one on his shoulders.
Girth or length or both.
Well, you can go length, width, and a pump to keep it up.
Oh, and a pump. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. What are you flapping your arms for? We'll get the crack of the sniffy.
Hang on, you get one of those ones that look like that little ball you hold in your hand, the pump, like you'd use for cleaning the lens on a camera. You plug into like a...
Do you know how Craig gets a fat... Do you know how Craig cracks one? He puts his finger in his bum. Straight away he gets a Rex. It's very strange. Very strange, Craig. Why do you do that? You told us the other day on one of the chats when you were drunk. Wow.
Craig, you're talking about the past, not the future.
Yeah. What do you hang on? How old's Craig? Craig's about 50, isn't he? Hang on. How old are you, Craig? So you're in the delightful. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. Who's a Philippine expert would probably know. Is the breast enhancements tit job? Is the tit job popular in Philippines? Do many people get it done, or is it?
Craig would know. He goes there a lot.
Yeah, I'm directing that at Craig.
Oh, okay.
Want him to own up.
Well, from my experience in the Philippines, they'd come to Thailand to get it done if they were going to, because half of them can't afford food, let alone a boob job.
Yeah. The medical's not like that world class, is it?
The one thing about Thailand, medical visas were and still are a big thing.
Definitely, it's a whole category of visa for medical.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, and let's face it, China's close, so you got plenty of spare parts.
Oh yeah, and India's just across the border. There, it's not too far away, John. You can we can get second-hand parts, but there's usually certificates they're fresh.
I'll tell you what, that's what surprised me yesterday. Sister-in-law was probably my wife ordering shit to go to the sister-in-law for me to be turn into the bloody the friggin' pack horse on the way home. But anyhow, Sunday afternoon, a package delivery. I thought, God, blimey, that's keen. You're flat out to get one after Friday afternoon in Australia.
Was it that Kerry? Was it Kerry's turned up?
Oh, it was somebody yellow. Over the last few days, there's been quite a few of them, and the pile of shit beside my bag is getting bigger, Adrian.
Yeah. I always found that Kerry couriers, man, they were awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cheap to send parcels from Thailand.
And fast. And fast.
But no, what you got to do, you got to pay the extra for express. It gets there a day earlier. Did you know that? One day earlier.
When you posted it, that's good.
Yeah. One day fucking earlier was twice the price. I said, just send it normal.
No, I made some. I actually made some sausages up here. Put them in the freezer overnight, which is not going to totally freeze them. Put a little bit of ice in the thingo, wrapped it up, and sent it to the father-in-law in Bangkok, and he got it that afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah, curries are very good in Thailand. But
the ice hadn't melted.
Australia, Jesus, yeah, that's good. Well, you must have wrapped it good. Newspaper's best. When you
sorry, I was just going to say that was one of the things that if I ever really wanted to do it professionally here, like the ham, the bacon, sausages and shit like that, from Bumfuck Junction, you can send it all over Thailand and the stuff wouldn't spoil. Their postal system is brilliant.
Yeah. Look, John, if you're posting anything to Thailand, don't with Australia Post if you can't get hold of Kerry, send it just normal post, because if you send it express post, say it's $50 to send it with normal post, they'll charge us $70 for express, or maybe $80. And it gets there a day earlier. Not even guaranteed. It'll get there at the same time as the fucking other post. So don't waste your money sending it express. But it's a reasonable price to send stuff from Australia as well. But Thailand's number one for. But the thing is with Thailand, they tend to go through your package and take out what they want. Well, it's sort of like a tax, any phones or packages or anything anything of value. Another thing is. When you send things to Thailand, do not address it to yourself. This is the key to it. Don't send a parcel. Say if you're going to Thailand, don't address it to yourself because you'll pay tax on it. You must address it to a person in Thailand. Otherwise, you'll pay sales tax and shit. I think that's all the other one. I can't remember. Oh, whatever.
But remembering when I was working for the Australia Post for a little while. Used to see these bags, and hand sewn together, full of stuff going to, Thai restaurants and that, and I mean quite weighty. And I'd look at what they'd paid in Thailand, something like the equivalent, like I'd do the mathematics and say, shit. They paid $30 and I'm delivering this and it's come from friggin' Thailand. I want to send something to Clarky and it costs fucking $10.80 and it weighs 2 bits of fuck all. That's what I mean with the Australian system. But Thailand stuff's cheap. I'm debating my bag, depending on what it weighs. I might just pull out enough clothes for a few days type of thing and post me bag down to the father-in-law.
Well, it costs you about $80 to. Sorry, go on, John.
No, in Thailand, it only cost me about $100 to post it down to him.
Yeah,
fucking do it. Fuck that.
It's a good option. It saves carting it down to Bangkok.
Yeah. Well, that's in the brain. But I remember I was when I was down in Bangkok there, I was going back many years ago. There was a bloke. I was going to the post office. Anyhow, he pulled up on his motorbike, walked in, told him, he wanted to post his motorbike to himself in Chiang Mai because he was taking the train to Chiang Mai that night. And virtually when he got off the train in Chiang Mai, he went around to the post office and picked up his motorbike. Cost him sweet fuck all.
He's brilliant. Yeah.
I posted a lot of stuff when I moved back to Wynyard. I posted a lot of stuff with Kerry. It was pretty cheap, actually. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I can't believe the Thai system, how efficient it is and how cheap it is too.
Yeah, but that's the future, John. The whole thing in China that's the future. It's fast delivery. So, you can order anywhere. You look how Grab's moving over there. I remember when I told you about Grab when I went over this. No. So try it. And you put the program and you tried it. It's fucking brilliant, isn't it?
I love
it. Instant. just instant.
And you keep on reminding me.
Yes, no, not really, John. You never tell anybody that I've told you anything. I know what you like, 007. But anyway, probably 15 minutes it arrives, correct? And you've already paid. You can pay for it over the spot. And about 15 minutes, you got a pretty reasonable meal on your plate on your table.
I do grab as far as transport.
Yeah.
But like where I am here, Bumfuck Junction type of thing. Yeah, there's no grab here. But you can from the city out to here, you can get a grab. From the main city of Nakumsawan.
Oh, okay. I'm with you. All right. You're in a little village off the city, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But if it's my grab's the sister-in-law, I just tell her what I want and she goes and gets it.
Okay. Grab this. Yeah.
Head kapow curry puffs. That would be nice.
Head kapow curry puffs? Ooh.
Yeah, like fried basil.
Curry puffs.
That's
a bit weird.
You can get, if you're a McDonald's eater, you can get McDonald's, and if you're Kentucky KFC, you can get KFC. There's pizza deliveries. There's all sorts of fucking deliveries there now. Well, this is Lumbung. But I did order stuff in Bangkok. I was there recently. Because a lot of Thai women operate on noodles and only noodles, or what's that salad again, Adrian?
Rice.
Yum Nua, the beef salad.
The one with the fucking crabs in it. No, with
Somtum.
Somtum, yeah, Somtum. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, don't get the crabby one. That's
Somtum. If you don't give it to them once a day, they'll fucking murder you. Seriously. Fucking.
Yeah. The northern Thai one shouldn't really have the crab in it. That's for Somtum Lao.
Oh no, I don't mind it, Adrian. But I had some once, and the crab wasn't real fucking fresh.
You just said it. You just said it, Stephen. Because not all the time the crab is, ridgy-dig and all the rest of it. I don't eat it because I don't really go into spicy food, But I've had plenty of mates that have got, sometimes love that, and then for 2 days they're as crook as a dog, barking up their toenails and God knows what.
Harry Kane's got it. Somtum Thai. That doesn't have the crab. That'll be liking, I think.
I don't mind it, but like I said, the one time I had it wasn't fresh. But you look at Thai women when they eat it, and the next morning they've got fucking diarrhea. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I've seen one where they mash like a mudfish into it too.
Yeah,
like it's fucking mudfish is the most horrid, stinky fucking thing they pull out of a jar. Nasty.
Clark.
Yeah.
Actually, snakehead. I really enjoy eating snakehead. Barbecued snakehead. Quite enjoyable.
Well, that reminds me. I had a little news article from 2 weeks ago that we never did the news. So it was going to be a news show. We didn't do one news item.
What was that?
I guess we've got it queued up. There's a guy in Bangkok, and his cat come out of the toilet room and alerted him that there was something in his toilet. And they fished it out. You want to see what it was?
Snake?
And they were all very thankful to the cat because the cat was the hero of the day. Otherwise, you would have sat on there and this thing could have eaten his nuts off or something. When you see it, I'll play it, okay?
Yep, that'd be
Can
good.
We play it?
No, he's still there.
I've got to put my camera on and then go and play it, okay? Yep. We'll start with the fishing the thing out. There's the toilet bowl.
Put it on full screen, Adrian. I'll do it.
and see what comes out of this toilet.
Python. I'm going to Python.
Python, yeah.
Close.
Either that or a rotten rat.
The sound's cut out for some reason. There's just a lot of noises going on too.
Rat.
Well, it's in Bangkok. It's it's a fucking monitor lizard come up through the sewer pipe into the guy's toilet.
Yeah.
The cat spotted it and alerted. There's the cat. They get the cat.
I remember we had a rat problem, Adrian, in Bangkok, and we bought that sticky paper. You know, sticky paper for rats.
Oh yeah, the plate with the wax on.
So anyway, the rat goes on it and it caught it, and so it's squealing its guts out, and the snake must have heard it and come up through the fucking up through the drainage gutter there, and fuck, it was big. And yeah, I remember Mal's mother getting out with a broom and belting the shit out of it. And I was up on the chair, so was Mal.
You were screaming like a little bitch.
I have heard of snakes getting up under the rim of the bowl, like where you can't see.
Yeah.
Up in the rim,
yeah.
Actually, one of the bloggers I watched, you know, he built a house over near the Cambodian border. I just off not in my mind at the moment exactly where he is, but he did a video there, and he said, "Oh, we had an unwanted visitor, and one of the green tree snakes, about 4.5 foot freaking long. Now it's still as big as a pencil, but he still don't know how it got into the house, but." You know, he went in to put some washing on, shit in the laundry or whatever, and here it is climbing up the side of the bloody washing machine.
Oh man, that time I was cleaning up in the house. I was out in the yard cleaning up the teakwood leaves with a rake and the barrow, and just cleaning up the yard, sweeping up all the teakwood leaves and picking them up. And just as I was about to grab a pile of teakwood leaves in my hand, it got about 2 inches away from this fucking snake. It was like white with black bands. Shit myself. And like...
Yeah.
That's a crate. That's a crate. They're worse than the cobra.
I went inside and did like a Google ID search on it and grabbed my camera. And it's called a banded crate. It's like the second most deadly snake in Thailand.
Yeah.
When I went back out to the yard to take a picture of it, it had gone. I couldn't fucking find it anywhere.
The only way to stop snakes, Adrian, is with a cat. The cat, if a snake and a cat fight, 99.9% of the time the cat will kill it because they've got such fast reaction. So if you've got snakes on your property and you're worried about it, but you know, get a fucking cat. If you're worried about your birds, put a fucking bell around its neck.
Well, it worried me that I couldn't find it because in the Google search of the banded crate, it likes to come inside the house and it likes warmth and it likes to get inside the bed where it's nice and warm.
Oh, I've been playing with the wrong snake.
Well, the whole thing is there's nothing wrong with having cuddles, Adrian. There's nothing wrong with having cuddles.
What do you know? You woke up in the morning, you got a dead snake next to you. I strangled the snake last night.
If ever you see that black and white snake in Thailand, oh man, they're deadly poisonous. They stop your breathing. Like if you don't get to a hospital within about 30 minutes, you're fucked because they have to put you on a ventilator to force your breath in and out. And then, after about an hour of that, the venom wears off. But, if you don't get onto a ventilator within about 30 minutes, your breathing stops and you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up. No antidote for it, Steve. The banded crate. They don't have a snake anti-venom for it.
They do for the cobra. You got about 20 minutes with a cobra. But I've seen a few, like the spitting cobras around here. But I've seen them as they've pissed off, you know. But I had one poison hanging around once, and I gave it the piss off message. You know, didn't beat it up or anything like that. I said, you know, come on, piss off, buddy. You know, kept on giving it a bit of a tap on the back and keep going, get off the property. And but he decided, silly bugger, he should have done a left-hand turn, not a right-hand turn. He ended up on the fucking highway, and he splattered across the highway. But he was a big snake. He was about 8 foot, 9 foot long.
Yeah, I know they're supposed to be harmless, right?
But, you know, growing up in Australia, especially in the farms and stuff like that, the only good snake was a dead one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I hate fucking
because we had, there was no such thing as a non-poisonous snake. You know, and where I lived, we had the copperhead, we had the tiger snake, we had the red belly black. Fuck, we did.
I read, Johnny, the cobra, from the minute it's laid or however it's born, they don't come out of an egg, do they? They're like laid.
I think they're live born, cobra.
Live born, several of them, but like how they come straight out of the mother snake, they might be say 9 inches, a foot long. They're already deadly. As they come out, they'll kill you. A little one like 12 inches long is just as fucking deadly as a full-grown one.
Yeah, well, you know, on proportion, the amount of poison, but you know, they were equipped with full weaponry, ready to go. You know.
Yeah. Just a little fucking thing like 12 inches long.
The other thing over here is scorpions you got to watch out for, because those suckers will go and fucking hide in your fucking shoes and boots.
Yeah, they're nasty. But I don't think a scorpion will kill you, Johnny. It'll be like a bad hornet bite or something if it stings you.
Yeah, they'll tell you what, they give you the shits for more than a day or two. But
yes, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, I like here, you know, I leave footwear outside and that, but I don't bang it against the wall and give it a good shake before I put anything on, I can tell you. But then again, I've been used to that.
As you guys were saying before, the most deadliest snake in Thailand is that little bastard, and it lives in trees. I remember when I was opening the gate in Bangkok, I was, look at that, isn't it beautiful being in the tropics? And I was watching this leaf blowing in the breeze, and I went up to open the gate, and it was a fucking one of those little rat snakes, fucking thing.
Like the rat snake's not poisonous.
No, I meant rat snake, like a fucking rat. But the bottom, all through Bangkok, the drainage system is just a menagerie of wild animals, and there's some big shit down there. Believe me, really big stuff.
Oh, look, you wouldn't know what's down there. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to go and find out. But
I think it'd be basically all fucking rats down there, actually, and then fucking cobras after the rats and the fucking. There's fucking monitor lizards and everything down there, John.
Yeah, it'd be its own little ecosystem, you know. But
don't worry about the fucking floods coming up. You worry about all the animals running away from the fucking floods. Fuck me.
Yeah, well,
that monitor lizard in the toilet, that probably come up during the floods, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Because the southern part of Bangkok did have some floods.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know. As far as
Bangkok's part of Thailand, isn't it? That's across the border, isn't it?
Bangkok's got nothing to do with Thailand. It's its own identity.
Right, yeah, I forgot all that. Yeah, do you have to have a passport to go into Bangkok?
No, you don't. but you know, it's a little bit. Although there's been a few statements on the news that, before with the new government, before we consider this and that, we've got to look at the northern Thailand from the flood damages and stuff like that, which on paper looks good.
Yes.
And I mean, on paper it looks good. And that was in relation to casinos or entertainment areas.
How would you be in politics in there? You'd be sitting in a room and say, "Oh yes, we'll get this casino going." But what about Northern Thailand? Well, yeah, they're okay. They're almost human.
But like as far as they were talking about the traffic on like Sukhumvit Road mainly, and quite a few of the others, bringing a tax in for different times to stop congestion, and then they were kind of saying, well, we've dropped the rail traffic fares to get people out of cars, which is a great idea. But they said, well, we're going to stop that at the end of the month because we haven't got any money for it. I thought to myself,
they need a lot of money for those crazy fucking projects, John.
Well, that was the other thing. Then they kind of looked and said, well, if for infrastructure and stuff like that, and believe me, Bangkok's infrastructure is bloody good anyway. To bring in taxes and stuff like that to put towards better public transport so that the people stay off those roads. Wonderful, that's slightly forward thinking, but unfortunately, by the time it comes to tuition, we'll all be fucking dead.
Yeah, well, they'll be still voting on it.
Oh, you got to vote on everything, mate. You got to have a vote. Everybody's got to have an opinion.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Hey, do you guys know, after all these years now, how's that high-speed China train going? It's going to go through Laos.
From what I've heard, Adrian, up in Laos, you've got to book in, obviously ahead of time on an app or whatever. You can't just rock up to the station. But if you want to go Lang Prabang, and shit like that, where it's normally 6 hours, 7 hours, or 8 hours, whatever, on a bus, it's an hour and a half on that train. But
Laos already hooked up straight into China, aren't they? They can go straight up into China.
Because they were running that through to Vietnam, that train.
And how's the Thailand side of that line going? Have they nearly finished it, or?
A little bit's been done, not a lot. But Thailand's upgrading its own. I think the gauge is the same or whatever. Like last year when I went from up here to Ayutthaya, the train was going at quarter of the speed it should have been because of the rail project all along the rail with ballast, sleepers or railway ties, whatever you want to call them, and track all the way along the bloody, and that's 300 friggin' kilometres of it.
And a lot of it's elevated, right? As well.
Yes, it's all elevated, Adrian.
This end of it, they weren't elevating.
This end? What do you mean this end?
Well, the northern end.
Oh, okay. But going up to Laos, John, they've elevated a lot of it. It's up above it. It bypasses this fucking cities. In cities, that's smart. But when you're out in Bumfuck Junction, just lay the tracks and go like buggery. That's good. Well, they're not doing it on the Laos one. I think it's Laos. Yeah, Laos. They're no, hang on. I can't remember if it's Laos or Kevin, one of the two. It's all above level, because what they did, instead of buying land and rebuild, they just built it in the middle of the fucking freeway. So you got this, when you're driving down the freeway, you got this like the overhead in Bangkok. It goes all the way to the fucking border. So when you get on the fucking thing, it's you know, it'll be great. But coming the other way, the Chinese will be able to put tanks on there and supporting vehicles and have them in the middle of Bangkok in about 3 hours, you know?
Yeah,
so it makes invasion very, very handy.
Actually, my old mate did a video on it. Todd, the Australian, which lives in Laos. His channel is now in Laos.
Yes.
He did a few videos on it. So if anybody wants to get a bit of info on it, have a look at my old mate Todd.
Yeah.
And one tip he did tell me is just beer Lao's better than Leo. When I said get fucked, and I tried a beer Lao, and he was right. It is better.
I've been telling you that for years, mate. It's the best drink in Asia.
Beer Lao is like mother's milk.
Yep. Fucking expensive in Thailand, though. They fucking put in.
My older brother Johnny, he's a big fan of Todd. Like now in Laos, big fan. You know, my brother's been to Thailand quite a few times in the old days, and he married a Thai lady, and he's got a son. But they split up, and he hasn't returned to Thailand for many years. But he's always thinking of retiring in Laos. He likes Laos, and he likes Todd, you know, now in Laos.
Yeah, well, actually, Adrian, I can honestly tell you, I've met up with Todd, and the thing about it is, he's a very approachable bloke, and if you want some information, he'll go out of your way to give it to you.
He often corresponds with my brother, like in
well, that's great. That's great. Like originally, Todd come from Newcastle.
What was he doing in Tasmania? Do you know he's in Tasmania?
He was seeing family in Tasmania, Stephen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
you know, two heads are better than one.
Yeah, he was in Tasmania, actually. And what my brother mentioned the other day, like he's always.
Let's write that down, John. I'm going to use that joke. That's fantastic. Two heads are better than one. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's another one of your originals.
Even though he hasn't been for so long, he's always talking about retiring in Thailand and Laos, you know, and all have you seen this and did you know that and all this and blah blah. And he said something interesting the other day, that high-speed Chinese rail coming down from China through Laos and eventually through Thailand, down to basically Singapore. But
that's right.
When it gets down to the Gulfy area around probably Suratani or something, where the coast narrows, he's saying they might even use that high-speed rail as a cargo conveyor belt.
China wouldn't do that. China wouldn't do that. China's built this, Adrian. This is the evil thing that people say about China would never do that. They're after improving Southeast Asia's economy and shit. They won't send cargo down there. You know, Chinese don't do that. Talk about fucking rape the country.
And get the cargo straight going across. And bypass all the South China Sea going around Singapore and through that Malacca Strait.
Well, they've started on the road down the bottom, down around Suratani, down through there. They're building a big road for the trucks. They'll unload on one side, take it across to the other side, and load it up again. Different boats.
And like a big port. That's Burma on the other side, isn't it? Like the bottom end of Burma?
Yes. Oh, hang on. No. It's all Thai. It's all Thai where they're going to put a canal through. Now the islands that they do bite deep into the Thai territory. So what the canal's not going to be that big, but it's got to go through they've got to dig through a fucking mountain and so forth and do that. It's got to but the Chinese they'll engineer it so that the Thais will fucking pay for it and for the rest of their lives. But they'll fund it and then charge. But what is the Thais going to charge them from going through it? No, they're fucking not.
Well, the train thing made sense. They wouldn't really need a canal if they're trying to use this.
Well, it's not a canal, right, Adrian. It's a road. They're building a road for heavy freight.
Down there, John, they changed from the canal. They're going to do a road, are they?
Yeah, they're doing a road.
Oh, okay.
They're not doing a canal. So they're going to set up ports on both sides.
big port, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
2 big ports, one on either side. Because it's just past the end of Burma where Thailand goes into Malaysia, and it's a very narrow point. I walked across there years ago, if you remember that. But it's not that far, but they're going to build a couple of ports, and that way they'll use the Malacca Straits instead of going through the Suez Canal and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is the narrowest point? Like about 20 or 30 kilometres across?
It's a bit. It's a little bit more than that, but virtually. I think it was about 30 k's, around 30 kilometres from standing in the sea just down past Pritchard Kittikan, and walking across to virtually into Burma. But what they're talking about is going down even a little bit further.
Right, so that it wouldn't actually go through Burma.
No, Burma's got nothing.
The one you're talking about, John, is about 15 to 20 kilometres across.
Yeah, well, where I did the walk across from beach to beach was about 30 odd k's, but they're going down a little bit further because that cuts out Burma then.
Yeah.
Maybe the narrowest doesn't have a road actually though, like it.
No, it doesn't. No, because if it did, everybody would be crossing the border. Burmans would be coming across it.
But with the project, they were upgrading tourist roads and all.
Any of you guys ever been to Renong? It's called Renong. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, Renong. I've been down there.
Oh, that's beautiful. That place. It's really nice.
Actually,
beautiful beaches, and I stayed there overnight once on the way down to wherever I was going. And geez, it's a beautiful place. Really, really, the islands off there are fantastic.
Yeah, I like the bottom end.
It's right next door to Burma. Sorry.
Yeah, I did like the bottom end, but I didn't talk about it much because I didn't want every other bastard to go down there and fuck it up.
Yeah. I believe what is it? Ko Chang, I think it was. Got the second most popular island in the world.
Well, that was after that bloody movie. That made it popular.
I don't know. Ko Chang? I don't know about that. Yeah. But I've been there quite a few times to Ko Chang. When I was going there, probably about 8 years ago, there wasn't many falungs there, but it was really a Thai place. And me and Mel went down. It was bloody beautiful, really was. You've seen very few falungs there, and now I think it's fucking flooded.
G'day, Debs. How you going?
Doesn't take them long to get in there. Anyway,
I was getting carried away. I didn't look at the chat. Sorry, Debs. I should have talked to you earlier on. Deb's channel runs 24/7. There's quite a few people on that channel, all good people. Don't do political stuff or anything like that, but you can have a laugh and joking and good people.
Is Deb's running a 24/7 live stream?
Basically, but there's more than one Deb, if you know what I mean. They've got a good group going, and they've been going for quite a while, and they are good people.
I think I know her.
Australians, some Americans, but yeah, it is a good channel. If you just sometimes there's only 2 or 3 people there, but the channel always runs. You can always find somebody to talk to if you want to have a chat.
Well, we all know how hard it is to operate a 24/7 channel.
Monster, haven't seen you for a while.
Anyway, they're bringing in the tourist tax shortly. It's going to be 150 baht on your train, Adrian. All right.
Hang on, say that again, Steve. On a train.
It'll be 150 baht on your train. Okay, to fly in, you're going to have to pay 300 baht. Get up to 450. It's going through Parliament now. So, it's good to see that it's not going to go back into the Thai society. The money's going to go into, not other fucking crazy projects.
Well, that's supposed to come. It's supposed to come with some insurance and pay the bills.
No, that's extra, John. You've got to pay extra if you want insurance. They're going to try and sell you insurance as well.
Actually, while you're on that, it's a good point. On my bank account, I pay 1,500 baht, and I get a really, really nice card.
Yeah.
And that gives me the same kind of insurance that they were talking about. Any accident worldwide. Right. But to get any real money in it, you've got to be dead.
What bank's that one, John?
Pardon?
Which bank's that one?
That's through the Capricorn Bank.
Capricorn.
The Blue Bank.
Corsican.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically the Blue Bank.
That's right, bro. Yeah, well, the Blue Bank. Yeah, that'll do. So, Thailand's recovering from the COVID. Well, we all are from the COVID crisis, and they want to whack all these fucking stupid taxes on. Fucking nuts, mate. Absolutely nuts. And before you go, what they're trying to do, South Korea's got the system at the moment. So you've got to book online. You've got to go blah, blah, blah. Do you think people are going to be bothered if they want to go to Thailand, they're thinking, Thailand, maybe Bali, maybe whatever. And they're going to sit there and go, I have to fill in all these fucking documents online, and it's going to fucking hurt them. They need to give it a miss, They need to sack a lot of them and replace the whole lot of that fucking tourist industry. They're just fucking Thailand over.
On that point, the Thai government actually signed, because it was the 6-country alliance, and the first one to sign with Thailand is Cambodia so far.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so they want Malaysia, Laos, let me think, Vietnam, Burma, and that. So basically, the paperwork thing that you submit, which Philippines has bought in, and a couple of the others have bought in as well. It's kind of a one fee, one pass, free travel right throughout the region. That's a good idea. That's a brilliant idea.
It's being run by the Thai government. They've got 6 people participating at the moment, 6 countries, and it looks like it will go through because Thailand's pushing for it. So, over borders and shit. And I don't know what the restrictions on his state, but they'll probably they'll keep the 3 months visa and shit like that. But they've got to wake up to the fact that you go to Thailand, it's quite expensive to get there, and they're giving you a month's visa, and it can be quite complicated to extend it. You can do it, and in Bangkok, it's virtually it's a day to change it, but up country it's 10 minutes. But they've got to stop that. They've got to keep it at 3. People pay all that money to fly to Thailand. They're not going to go there for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They want to go for, a month, or they want to go for 2 months even. But if they stay there for 2 months, gentlemen, they're going to spend money in fucking Thailand. But no, they want you to pay out an extra $2,000 for your 2,000 baht for your visa extension because they got it in my pocket. Then for their crazy project. Just let people stay for the 3 months and let them spend money in Thailand. Let's get the money back into Thailand. It's quite fucking simple. Well, that's my speech today. Did you like that? Did you like that speech?
Are we saying, Johnny, Southeast Asian countries want to join together and make it like Europe, where the
Euro visa. What's called Euro visa, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's
Schengen visa.
The put it this way.
Good idea.
The idea is brilliant. How they're going to administer it, I think, is going to be a nightmare.
Yes, exactly.
Because the other governments they've got to deal with, as we know, they're not all ridgy-dig, and but the idea is a good idea.
Well, customs have said they want nothing to do with it. They don't want to handle it. They've got to set up a separate system, and the airliners do not want to get money off tourists. They do not want anything. They refuse to do it. So what they're going to do, they're going to do it all on the internet.
Well, that's it on your electronic bloody entry thing, you know, they want to know who you are, what flight you're on, you know, rah, and pay the fee. In realism, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam have had their electronic systems operating for 10 years, where they charge a fee to come in. Thailand never did. But, you know, the thing is...
Just for us, John, they did charge. But not for us, not for Australia or England or America. But they charged Russians, they charged everybody else virtually.
Well, they didn't charge the good guys, and they charged the others. Yeah, okay. But
can I bet the good guys?
The thing is, that was a bit of a broad statement, wasn't it?
Look, John, I want to go to Thailand and teach the Thai people how to run their country properly, like we do in Australia. So, Stephen, why are you leaving Australia? Because it's fucked.
You know, the one thing about the principle is a good idea, but it won't be happening tomorrow. It's going to, like I say, we'll be dead before it happens.
So the latest plan, John, is you do it on the internet. Now, could you imagine go up to customs and you go through the thing? I think it'll be 300 bahts, Mr. Sellens. I haven't got any fucking cash in me. Well, you're dead. Get out. You're not coming in until you get to 300 baht. And maybe you might be able to do it at the time. So you're going to sit in the airport for the rest of your life. You know? So that's why customs wants nothing to do with it. They said they have to connect it a different. They're going to have machines in the airport where you can walk up to the machine and pay it, and you got the receipt and you give it in with your passport and stuff like that. But you know, you got the ticketing problems at airports. You know, getting on a plane, they blah blah blah. They wanted to collect it there. You know, when they're getting on the fucking plane. It's fucking nuts.
Well,
fucking nuts, all of it.
You know, the whole part about it. If I got to pay 300 baht, I'll pay 300 baht. I don't care.
Yeah, I know that.
I've always self-insured insured since the first trip I took. You know, buddy, 25 years ago, I've always had me travel insurance. But not everybody does that. And to me, if they can't afford a travel insurance, they shouldn't be allowed to travel. I think anybody traveling overseas, it should be a requirement. They've got travel insurance. That's my personal thing. Because lots of countries had a gutful of picking up the pieces from knuckleheads, and they've got no insurance or no nothing, and I've got no money.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just realised we've been going for 2.5 hours, and we haven't got a link. Do we need?
No, I'm happy with it like this, Adrian. We're having a good conversation.
We'll just keep going. Yeah, we can.
Yeah. It's up to you if you want to put up. Lot of going back about 8 years ago, John. The insurance in Thailand, which is you couldn't afford it. Okay, it was just fucking out of control. It was just so expensive. So you self-insured. If you had money in the bank yourself, which Kev did, I did, lots of people in Thailand at the time did. Now I think it's much better. You can get the insurance, but you know we could never afford. It was fucking phenomenal if you could get it. Getting insurance in Thailand, you know, it wasn't due to age. It was just they didn't want to insure for lungs. You know, that was it.
Well, the thing is, through the Farmers Bank thing here, we've got insurance.
Yeah.
And but you know, like the whole part about it, yeah, my name's on the paper and all the rest of it, but I just kind of say to myself, yeah, if something happened and I had to rely on that, I don't think it'd be all that flash, you know. Not that I want a 5-star room anyway, but there's lots of insurances. But like I say, being married, is a little bit different to a tourist and solo travellers. But like I say, I've always self-insured. It's the easiest and safest way, in my opinion. The Thai insurances and all the rest of it. Yeah, if I was living here full time, it'd be fine. But I'm not, and it was never ever my thing to retire in Thailand. It might change the way Australia's going, but who knows?
Really, if you're only there for a year or two, you can really just get by with travel insurance from your own country. Like, it's cheap as shit, and it covers you for pretty much everything, like emergencies and accidents.
Yeah.
Like what happened to
what's that, Adrian?
What happened? Like travel insurance, like with everyone. Your medical benefit fund has travel insurance. Every insurance company does travel insurance, like AAMI, any of them, NRMA, any insurer in Australia will have travel insurance. It's like about $200 for a year, and it'll cover you for any like accident or emergency, even a medical evacuation if necessary. Kind of what happened to what's his name?
Edward Sweeney.
Edward Sweeney. Covered him for like $3 million worth of treatment.
What insurance is that, Adrian?
Just travel insurance from your.
I got a quote off them. I'm not that old, and neither's Johnny, but they wanted $380 fucking for.
Mine was 380. 320.
Was that for a year, John?
No, just for this trip.
Oh shit, that's gone up.
It's gone up. It's gone up dramatically, Adrian. Because last year when I come over, it was kind of a couple of $100. But like worldwide, insurance companies are taking a bigger hit from floods and God knows what.
Through COVID, John. It's through COVID. I mean, they put the price up because of COVID.
I actually saved money by getting it. Like I got me Medibank private medical health insurance in Australia. So I use Medibank Private's travel insurance, and then they suspend your Australian policy, which I'm spending about $250 a fortnight for private health insurance in Australia, and that saved me like about $2,500. And they didn't disconnect my continuity with them when I returned. I actually extended it after a year for another year, and when I returned, my private health insurance just carried on like it ever did. Like all the waiting times and stuff was still.
I can get it for about $250. I found it. I'll talk to you later about it, John. About $250. That's about the cheapest I found, and they're pretty good apparently. But that's the cheapest I can find.
That covered motorcycle accidents, like.
Well, if you've got a license, it's got to, yeah. But a lot of the thing is, this all is due to COVID. When COVID arrived, they had to put the price of insurance up because everybody was getting COVID overseas and so now the COVID scare's gone, and all the insurance companies have stated corrugated. What's that word? You know that word. That they're going to put the prices right back to what they used to be. Like fuck, they will.
They never go back. They never go down.
Never. It'll stay like it is.
I've never seen an insurance rate go down. Never. Ever.
Now they're just fucking cleaning up. And the slightest problem with your form that you filled in, they'll cancel your policy over it. Any mistakes in your age or anything, if you took an aspirin last night, you didn't tell them, they'll cancel your policy. And then you got the problem when you do get to the hospital is getting hold of them to give you the service that you paid for. There's all that sort of shit. Mm-hmm. I believe Johnny had his experience with them, but his was okay. But a lot of them, my daughter's having a problem in Bali at the moment, getting back and so forth, and they got sick, and they've got to go through the insurance company. I don't think they're getting much help off them, but they have to pay for their own tickets to get back. But why doesn't the insurance company bringing them back. They're going to pay for 3 of them. They have to fly back, and it's going to cost about $2,500 just to fly back.
Oh, not a stretcher.
Yeah. No, they they wanted to. They had to pay for a new ticket to fly back. Now, when I was in Bangkok, and I had some oysters, beautiful oysters, they were really, really nice. Got them out of a jar in Bangkok, and I ate them, and I got a diarrhea attack really badly. I mean, I was hovering on the shit house, and I was squirting everybody, and I rang up the insurance, the airline, and I said, I can't get on the plane. I got diarrhea. And she said, "Oh no, you have to pay out $380. I haven't got any." I told him I didn't have any money. I did have money. I haven't got any money. What am I going to do? And I said to the lady, "This is true. I'm not making this shit up." I said, "Okay, I'll get on the plane and I'll shit all over everybody." She said, "She said, hang on one second, sir." She came back and said, "You come back when you feel better, my friend, Mr. Clark. It's you can book the flips. We'll book you with no extra charge." She said, "You sure? Get on the plane and get everybody a squirt." That's all you got to do. Tell them you got diarrhea and you will get on the plane, if you have to, because you haven't got the money, and they'll give you a free fucking return ticket.
They'll give you a seat next to the shitter and a couple of adult diapers for an emergency.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Stephen, the bum guns are not inserted.
Oh, we're going to do that. Johnny was going to do a demonstration on how to use the bum gun.
I hate to think what it costs if you've got a few broken bones and you've got to come back on a stretcher, like you're paying for 7 seats, one for the doctor or the nurse, and like all the fitting and removing of the stretcher and all the fucking around. It's got to be 30 or 40 grand for a stretcher evacuation these days.
Hey, remember years ago, Adrian, when we were talking about we were going to look into repatriation of bodies.
Yeah.
Start up the business. I still think that's a good idea, mate.
It come up again on Saturday night stream, didn't it?
Yeah, I still think it's a good idea because
we'll have a general meeting, John, and we'll discuss all this.
Yeah, well, there's more planes flying in, there's more idiots flying in. And there's more use.
Keep our eyes open, Johnny. We'll probably get like one of the, the Australian Air Ambulance Service.
Yeah.
Get one of their aircraft, like a Beechcraft. I think they have King Airs. Like get it like a King Air for like budget price at the auction when their time expired for the air ambulance.
Yeah, well, I can fly a Beechcraft.
We'll give it a slap of paint. You can fly it.
Mm.
And I'll fix it.
To save time. What about
the nurse? Stephen can be
the
nurse.
I like wearing things like that.
Stephen loves it. He loves the stockings.
I don't wear underpants. Anyway, what you do is you dehydrate the body. When you get it back to Australia, you just add water. It inflates again. We could do it that way. We get 10 bodies in one thing.
We'll cut the airline. Undercut the airlines. Just charge 20 grand to bring its body back.
Yeah, advertising special on dead bodies in Thailand.
If there's a stiff, you can just put 2 or 3 of them in there stacked on top of each other.
But we're going to have to fit out a gen set for the refrigerated coffins.
Yeah, they'll ride flat, John. No. They ride flat because they've been dehydrated, and put us on it. Add water.
We'll get by with just dry ice, actually.
Dry ice, yeah. Cry vacuum. That's the go.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that'd be great for the gen set and all the rest of it, yeah.
But I insist upon, if this is done, no coffins because they're heavy. Just like Johnny. I didn't know you knew about. Do you know how to cryovac?
I do. Fucking oath I know how to cryovac.
We could have a production line going and, cryovac and straight into the back, thrown into the back of the plane. It doesn't matter. They're dead. You just throw them in there. And, if they don't fit, well, get out the chainsaw.
That reminds me of the old days in the Philippines when the bloke got killed and the family didn't really have the money, and we all put together to get him cremated, and the mob doing that fucked up. They run out of bloody gas, and they were trying to run the bastard through the mincer and shit like that. And that's a true fucking story.
Yeah, that had happened.
With the Filipinos, we were going to kill them because there was about 20 of us that wanted the job done properly so he could be repatriated because he's old parents and all the rest of it. You know, being normal human beings trying to do the right thing, and these other fucking idiots. I tell you what.
Let's get that straight. They cheaped out on the gas bottles, so there wasn't enough gas to properly cremate the body.
Yeah, then they were trying to run him through a mincer.
Oh man, really?
Now we get more money. Go and get the gas and finish it off.
Yeah.
Horrible cunts.
That's look. I'm going to be a bit horrible here. You remember the guy that died up in Shanghai? What was his name?
Graham
Breyer. At his funeral, they didn't burn him properly, and she had to go in and get all the bits and burn him, and shit. Well, that was fucking horrible. Anyway, besides that, it's the same what Johnny just said. Anyway, this business with the insurance, John, with the Steve just put up something there. Accident insurance, relatively cheap for Thais in bank houses. Maybe we should look into this, you know, and do a special on one day on insurance and get a few prices up there. Yeah, bank accounts in Thailand with insurance.
There is, like I said, there's plenty of insurance options here, and like I say, my bank account it comes with a card, 50,000 baht for an accident.
Okay.
Accident insurance and $1 million if I get killed.
Okay, that's fair enough. What are you going to spend $1 million on when you get killed?
Well, I won't be spending on nothing. But the thing is, because I've got that account, that covers me worldwide.
There's our first customer, Adrian.
Thank you.
Back in a minute. Keep him going to fly the planes.
All right. Hey?
We got to keep Johnny going to fly the plane.
Johnny, don't worry about the $1 million. You got to fly the plane. Stop it, please. You got to stay alive for a while.
Look, if there's an emergency,
I think that guy, what's his name? Steve. That's Steve Perrin guy. He can fly a plane, so he'll be all right. Oh, hang on. No, it was a boat. Oh, same thing, but he can fly the plane.
Similar. He'd probably nearly get by.
It's very similar. Yeah, he'll get by with it. He'll work it out. Push a few buttons and look good.
Was that Graham Breyer's funeral in Chiang Rai? In Chiang Rai?
Yeah. No, it was at his village.
You want anything?
Yeah. I was up there at the time.
Did they do an open cremation or like in a temple?
I don't know. I didn't go there. I didn't want to go there. I don't like going to funerals. I was up there with Kevin Thailand and Paddy Adrona, and they went to the funeral. I didn't go because we had to go back because of some emergency. Yeah.
I've been to several funerals in Lumpung, and most of them are usually a traditional open fire cremation.
Okay.
Yes, correct, Adrian.
I don't know.
It's really a traditional one with fireworks and stuff going on. It's quite colourful and exciting.
Yeah.
Actually, Ayutthaya, one of the Watts in Ayutthaya advertise they do the best cremations in Thailand.
That's lovely.
Open ones.
Well,
have they got an airfield? We can land there.
No, but there's a whole heap of people on the hill that get pretty high. and even food carts, the whole deal.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Well, that's all worked out. We'll discuss this later in private and get it all happening.
Most of the village districts have got like a cremation location.
Location. You're a poet. You didn't know it.
Well, I always open fire pit, and you go back the next day and you clean out the pit, the fire pit
the ashes
for the next one, and they take a bit of ashes and then bury it under a tree or something nearby, and for 100 days, and they pull that back out, and then have another like funeral ceremony for that's the final one. Then after the 100 days.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, they do the 100 days, then they do the 12 months, and the ashes are always in the urn. And after the 12 months, then they get put into whatever.
Well, the brothers,
Thailand?
the brother-in-law
locations all over Thailand. Yes, if you die, we can get you straight onto a plane and straight back to Australia.
His ashes went up in a firework mortar. You know, went up, boom.
Oh, I tell you what, I was a bit blessed yesterday after the ceremonies and that, you know, the annual, because they only do it once a year, the fundraiser at one of the little temples. And I'm not making myself sound fantastic or anything like that, but over the years, there's a few temples that they've built, and I've gone up and, you know, just helped them. Just been a general bum and contributed to the building funds and stuff like that. And, you know, a shitload of people and all that. The head monk walked up and kind of like a group hug thing. Oh, g'day, John, how you going? Oh, fuck, eh? You know, everybody's going, wow, who's he?
Yeah. When I went to Thailand, I went up and seen Mark Loveridge, and I stayed at his place for a few nights. And he's next to the crematorium, whatever they call it, and the smoke.
Crematorium.
That's what I said. Crematorium, you know that word. And spit the fucking peanuts out. Anyway, so we the whole house smelled of dead bodies. It was really good. It was like sort of a little Auschwitz, you know.
It smells like burnt meat.
Yeah, it does. It's fucking disgusting, actually.
But it's quite interesting here because there is a very small little chalice which has got both, like a teaspoon of my wife's grandmother and grandfather in it, and that's kept in the house, you know, with all the rest of the stuff. But the main ashes are up at the cemetery. Well, not really a cemetery. On the monks up at the Wat. But you know, like, but the whole part about it is everybody in the family has got a teaspoon of ashes and a little chalice.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Harry Kane says, Mark Loveridge, another top bloke, loves a cider. That guy. He certainly does love a cider, doesn't he? Yeah.
Actually, Mark, I haven't heard from Mark for a long time, but he got hip replacement surgery, and he was starting to feel like he was an 18-year-old kid again. Which is good.
He needs a dick replacement surgery, so he feels like 18 there too.
Oh, maybe. Well, you know, who knows? Who knows?
Mark Loveridge was a very good friend of his. We spoke every night for fucking about 6 years. I went up and stayed with him, and he's come down and visited me in Bangkok. We were good friends. I haven't heard from him for a long time, but never mind.
Well, that's why things happen, Stephen. You know, people have different things happen in their life, and they just kind of move on, whatever. You know. Yeah. There's no harm in that. There's no shame in that.
No. Never mind.
But you know, at the end of the day, we're all going to friggin' die. You're born to die.
Yeah.
Just when and how, we don't know. But I'm going to stay around for a lot longer because I've got a few more people to piss off.
Yeah. Well, good idea. Yeah. No worries. Oh, what's the time? Oh, nearly 10 p.m. for us. Oh, 9 p.m. for you, Adrian, I think.
Always said, Johnny, once you've accomplished all your goals in life, like all your basic life goals, I'm not talking about bucket lists of holiday trips and things, just the things that people are brought into the world to do in their life. Every day's a great day. Like everyone's going to die.
Yes, it is. Yes.
But if you've accomplished all your tasks in life, your main genetic tasks, yeah, you can be happy with that.
I think the three of us in life, Johnny, you, me, and Adrian, we've all been successful in life. I think. I wouldn't change anything.
Oh,
Really.
I wouldn't say totally all the time, but
listen, John, stop there. Come on. I know you don't get along with women. Listen, he's right. I don't get along with women. Look, the other day I had 2 sausages, right? I gave one to one dog and I gave the girl dog the other sausage. It went up the hallway, put it in the middle of the hallway and waited for the other dog to try and fucking take it. And that's what women are like.
Well, actually, I think I'm lucky. Because like I say, I've been married for over 40 years, not necessarily to the same woman, but
fair enough. You tried. 3 times lucky.
I can honestly say through, I don't know if it was good luck, whatever, when I met my wife, maybe it was the time in life, but I met a good person that puts up with me and some of my crap, and we still get along as good the first day we met as every other day of the week,
I remember I met your wife once, John, down there in Melbourne. Yeah. I was talking alone with her for a while. I said, he's a freaking cunt, he's an arsehole. And she said, nothing but nice. I was trying to stab you in the back, but she wouldn't have it. No, he's a lovely guy. She told me a little story and said, yeah, he's a great person. I believe that too, actually. I hope you don't get that $1 million.
That's exactly right. If you say to my wife, oh, he's an arsehole, she'll say, yeah, I didn't do my arsehole.
I didn't do that. Yeah, she'll probably say that. Yeah, I didn't do that. John. It was a joke.
I always said I'd be perfectly fine with dying in Thailand. Out of all the places to die in the world, that'd be my number one place. I'd be happy to die would be in Thailand, and I'd be more than happy. And I specifically ordered and told them I want an open cremation, the traditional Northern Thailand open cremation, and that spiritually is probably the best. Totally at peace with the whole idea of that.
Okay. Reminds me when I went to Bali. I was at Bali. They used to have the cremation was a big thing to the tourists there, and they used to take the bodies up with this big like they put on the airplanes. What they call them steps. They go up there and they got all the little bits. They burn them all together because they're a Muslim country. They burn them all together and they throw the arms and the legs and a few heads over into this burning pit. It was an open, like you said. Yeah, that day on the tour, I accidentally had magic mushrooms. Right, so I don't take drugs, but I'm having a trip on magic mushrooms. Fuck me dead, Adrian. I'll never forget that day. Yes, watching all these. It was like a horror movie, like a half-eaten arms going up the thing. And
if you've been to an open air cremation in Northern Thailand,
no, I haven't.
You got all the monks chanting and.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome way to go out. Awesome way to go out.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a lot of funerals in Australia. I've been to.
Adrian, what do you mean by an open like they chuck
like an open fire, not
a Viking one.
Yeah, like not like an oven, but it's wood. It's a wood fire, and you're in
wood fire.
You're in a thin wooden rock you get burnt. But it's all very fancy, done up fancy, and then you're in like a big spirit house. You know those spirit houses you have at your front yard?
Yeah.
So it looks like a little Thai temple or something. It's a spirit house. Well, your coffin's inside of one of them. Like that burns up very quick. But there's a wooden log fire underneath it before you make you.
The little Thai temples there, Adrian, they're quite amazing. They have them at the front of every house, and they've got to be set up by a priest and face a certain direction. Okay. Now they put one at my friend's place, and they put little things in there from me and Mal and Mother, and they put inside it in like it's And I love it the way they get these little figurines. They put the king and the queen in there, and all the little dogs and sheep and all the little things. I love it when you go and get some noodles to eat and you bring them back and put them in. I love them later, and they end up on the out the front there. And a lot of if you remember that temple that got blown up in Bangkok, I can't remember. Anyway, I went. It's got all these fucking rats here, mate. There's just thousands of fucking rats going up and down this thing, and they reckon that's beautiful.
Yeah. That's kind of
they're quite superstitious, guys.
Your little spirit house, like every 2 weeks, is marked on the Thai calendar with a special like Buddha Day, Utsatoka Day. And
I
don't go out and put some flowers and a couple of little drink orders out there for the spirits, you know.
Yeah. I don't worry about it, mate. It's their stuff. I never rejected it, but a couple of times I get a bit upset. You know, you save your time, maybe get some prawns or something, or gorgon if they call it over there, and you see them at the front of the temple with the flies all over them. And
it's pretty morbid, I know. I've only been to 2 or 3 funerals.
Adrian, if you want a good meal over there, your best place to get it is mug one of those priests, mate, because they get some really good stuff.
Well, I know it's morbid shit, but I went to my mother's funeral, of course, when I come back from Thailand, because for the straight basically see my mum, and she died 2 weeks later. At her cremation, it was that and it was a totally normal, quite a good ceremony and send off and cremation, but how fucking morbid was it? It was shit compared to what they do in Thailand.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Dude, fucking shit.
That one the other week when I was talking about the funeral that I went to, that they just kind of had a bit of a photos display of the bloke and all the rest. And the people running it kind of said, yeah, we know he's an arsehole, or could be an arsehole. We know he was over, spoke his mind and all the rest of it. But for you people that are here, you had a bit of respect for him, and obviously you called him your friend. And I kind of thought, well, him and I had always had a competitive bit of a thing, but we called each other arseholes and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, we were mates, and I was sad to see him dead, But it was probably one of the best bloody things I'd been to. They played a couple of his favourite songs.
Yeah.
And that was it. Go down the pub now, have a beer. And the whole
was very, very smart right at the end. She had 2 songs that she wanted played. One of them was Rod Stewart, Sailing, and the other one, it was an opera song. I can't remember what it's called. And I put together a lot of photos because I from my computer, I got mainly all the photos I've ever taken in there. And it was kind of about that, and it was in a chapel, and the master of ceremonies, he called a few speakers up. I did a speech. Oh, my mother also wrote a little poem to farewell everyone, and I read that out. I was the main speaker. And that was that. Then the cremation, we didn't even fucking go there, where the body goes disappears through the curtains. No one even went there. That's what she wanted. She wanted it this way. And that was that. We went back and we had some wake, a little private wake. And that was that. It was pretty small, really. And that's probably a good cremation in Australia.
You probably had this joke before, you guys. So anyway, we bring the ashes back, and my 2 daughters are here. I said, I'd like to spend because I did me mother and father at the same time. We mixed them all together, and of course I went flying and went all over the sink, and never mind. So I gave I said, you just sprinkle around the house and we'll take the rest down to the beach and let them go. And I have a guess, windy day. You can imagine all through the fucking house. Oh, it's like that comedy where they throw it over the cliff.
What happened? The ashes all blew away.
Yeah, it went all through the fucking house. No, went all through the fucking house.
You could have done
the windows open. It was fucking windy. So thanks for that. Yeah, you got grindy fucking just eating your mother. I didn't make that shit up. It did happen.
Terrible, Stephen.
They're out the front throwing the ashes around. I'm thinking they would have a freaking an ashes party or something, and it's going all through the house. Is it right there or what?
You ever seen those blokes drop their cocaine in the carpet? You know, they get the vacuum and a tissue over the end and suck it all up. Yeah.
Actually, that kind of reminds me of a middle-aged woman I went out with, and she wasn't totally against smoking, but she didn't like it that much, you know. And anyhow, in kind of in the house, that was before I grew some decorum and wouldn't smoke inside any building, you know. Anyhow, there was this thing on the mantelpiece, and I used to use that for an ashtray. And one day she said to me, I just checked my ex-husband's, you know, or my husband's ashes. And I said, yeah, what about it? And she said, there's more ash in there. And I said, what's he put on weight? I was using the fucking thing as an ashtray. I didn't know.
All right, you guys finished now? You want to end it or you finished or what? You want to keep going?
Well, another 4 minutes and we'll pull the pin, eh?
Yeah, I'm a bit burnt out.
Yeah. We've done 3 hours. That'll do.
Start to suffer from stream fatigue.
But it is... the one thing I'm going to say is us people, we have got together or back together, whatever. Because yes, we did enjoy some of the times we had, and we know what the internet's like. It's a bit toxic and stuff like that. So what we're trying to bring back is a place where you can come and have a laugh, a joke, and enjoy yourself. And to the best of our ability, if you've got a question, we'll answer it. And realistically, with your help, we'll build this channel. And as far as I'm concerned, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, I've got to admit, though, since I came back, the whole thing's just gone out of control. It's just boosted so much. Thank you, Joe, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, crowd. Thank you, everybody. And it wasn't me doing it for free. It was Adrian's been sending me checks.
It's such a shame, though. We're all adults, you know. I don't think anyone's under 18. We're all adults, and really, some of the stuff that goes on is so out of control. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, look. There's one guy out there at the moment. It's just a absolute fucking moron, and it makes me ashamed to be Australian. I won't say who it is. We don't do that in this channel. And you know, you got the other side of the other side of the globe that's just carrying on fucking morons. You know, they're bantering each other. They're having jokes and bantering each other, but they can't take it when the other person gives it back to them. So they insult one of them, and then they come back and insult them back with something. But it's more important what they insulted back. That's the thing that really hurt, and that deserves 4 or 5 years of absolute fucking hell. And that's the way they work. You can't defend yourself. You're better off to say nothing and just bend over and cop it in the bum. That's the way they feel. But if you fight back, you've said something disgusting, or you know. They're instigators. They like pouring fuel on any fire. Like, you know, if you've got a touchy subject, or you know, someone's on the panel, they've had an argument or something, they want to bring it up. Oh, it's good to see you two back together after the horrific fight you had. What do you mean a horrific fight? We can talk about that for the next fucking 2 hours. That's how they do it. I just ignore them. I don't bother. Yes.
Well, this has been a special edition. Special edition of. I think we'll resume regular programming on Saturday night. Is it?
Friday night, I think it is, isn't it? Friday
night.
I'll have to put it to a vote. Yes.
Well,
we were back Friday at normal time.
I can speak for two of us. I can speak for two of us. We might not be around Friday night, and if we are, we'll be blithering Rex.
Oh yeah, you got a mission. You're on a mission. On Friday.
Yeah, I'm going to see one of the crew, and that's only going to go fucking backwards, you know. But
Johnny, listen, get on there because you could change and influence the decisions made in this world, mate. You and that person. Because believe me, when you two are drunk, I watch every bit of it. It really makes sense, and you can sort out a lot of problems in Thailand.
Oh yeah, but I don't call him me left hand man. I call him me left shoulder man because I always got to carry him home.
well, I can offer some advice if there's excessive drinking involved. Best not to go live.
Excessive drinking is not condoned.
You reckon that's going to happen, Adrian?
I tell you what, if you were with us, Adrian, you'd be no better.
Yeah, I'd love to be there.
And I'll tell you what, Adrian, get off your ass and get over it.
Maybe you can bring your cat catching bag up here when you return.
Yeah, it's good.
You know what I mean. I'm going to say good night then, chaps.
All right. We'll close it down. Thanks a lot for everybody for coming along. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We came on to have a bit of a laugh, nothing real serious, and you know we're only joking about the crematorium. To tell them that I don't know. You all right?
I wasn't.
G'day, Rick.
Don't because someone could take it over, Adrian. Just because I think it's a brilliant idea.
Mr. Perrin,
turn on your camera, John.
Oh, it's dark here now. You won't see nothing.
Turn it on. You got to say goodbye to everybody. You got to say goodbye. You got to do it properly. It's like the Mickey. Remember the Mickey? Now it's time to say what?
I'd just like to say to Mr. Perrin, wonderful job backstage. You've did a terrific job.
Good job. Yeah.
Well, we pissed in his pocket enough. That'll do.
Yeah. All right, John. I hope you don't collect while you're over there. Don't collect that $1 million, mate. Just don't collect it.
No, I don't want.
You'll be missed. Yeah.
Click the like and subscribe. That helps us.
Yeah.
That does.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Share. Right. Tell your friends. Tell your friends we're back.
We'll see you all in approximately 5 or 6 days, I guess.
Yeah, Friday we'll be back. Or people will be back. Not all of us, I guess.